Diorang give a good fight guys. Cuma si Yangon main lagi bagus.
And Kelra can go in. Speaking of, what other tank heroes do we have left? They pick up the Cho. Is this Cho Roam or EXP?
Yeah, that's a good question. Just because, again, Belric can be flexed too, so...
Because I feel like if you're going up against Paquito, Paquito is going to be pretty fast. I think it's better to match speed for speed with the Cho. We haven't seen Cho XP in years now.
It's been a while, yeah. It's been a minute.
Bit different here. Again, Hiko could go crazy and play Paquito there, and we could see a marksman, but... Sorry, excuse me, EXP picked up.
Yeah, this would tell us too, because they wanted to wait and hold on to see where they plant this Paquito, if he's actually going to go in the gold lane for Hiko, or if they're going to go ahead and pick up
welcome back
now. Because that question is still there. Okay, they'll go Sora, so now we know. Sora's going to go XP, and of course...
Go Paquito.
And then we have gold lane Paquito.
Wow. I feel like this is a good idea coming in from Spirit, but we've seen teams try and fail, which is try to end the game pretty fast. And they do have the Harley, so in case, you know, they need to push, you can still use the Harley there.
Siapa dulu? Onyx dulu ya.
I'm liking both drafts, but I really feel like Onyx, they got everything they wanted.
Well, these are two dangerous drafts. A fighter in the gold lane for Hiko going up against the gold standard in Kelra. Eudora picked up as well. And the Belric. How important will that be to set up these fights? It's going to be a battle, baby. And I know two guys ready to cast. One's already been streaming and casting earlier. It's Virgo and Gideon.
Thanks
so much, Randy. Welcome, everybody, to the most anticipated match of the day. It's going to be Onyx.
All right, Onyx, let's go. Welcome.
Team Spirit. And once again, these teams, they know so much about each other. I mean, let's see Paquito show up once again, but Hirara being given over. The trades have been great. They've got that experience, man. They played so many games already. Again, both teams having to deal with some rough patches in the group stages to make it this far as well. Some crazy games from Onyx just yesterday, and especially after a ridiculous result just earlier. Yangon Galacticos with an upset win. Could be another. Could be the best MSC ever. It already is up there. I'm already nervous about it, right? Because every single moment, every single position is going to be taken into account here. You know, we got to put everything underneath that microscope to see where the big plays could be made. Looking at the emblem so far, things are up to standard picks. A lot more tenacities that I'm seeing here, even from Sansan as well as Lutpi, understanding, hey, I can't afford to die like this, especially since we've seen so many games here at MSC end roughly around 11 minutes.
Hirara, Zubsin, Chow.
The Sky Piercer on Hirara as well. It was a
macam dah menang dah, menang dah. Tak ada yang series itu dah dikeluarkan. Dah dikeluarkan. Kau tahu tak bersama mana?
Seems to have an advantage unless there's a Fanny on the other side. Yeah, and that's the scary part, right? This early phase so far, we're already seeing immediately attack on Sans. And this setup here, at level 2, at level 4 for Kyrie, they don't find kill angle, unfortunately. For the upcoming Turtle, though, it's going to be a little late for Sans as well as Keyboy. We'll see whether or not they give it up. They're most likely going to give it up considering the Team Spirit already running double fighters and Hiko already making his way to proxy the wave. He's got to be careful, though. Needs to really be very careful. Onyx probably know they can't contest the neutral objective.
Just started right out, yeah. Just started. Welcome guys. Welcome.
But thankfully,
sorry, tadi saya terpaksa end stream.
Spots him out. Sour Ego is on the neutral objective. Now the Harley should be free. Just the red tree. Keyboy making sure he pops that red tree. Nothing is going to give it for free.
Yangon,
making sure that they're at least not wasting time, right? Really good defensive rotation from the side of Onyx, making sure that they're sending Kyrie and Keyboy to the top side of the map, denying the proxy and making sure that things are relatively standard for Kelra in his gold lane experience. We know it's just a matter of time until Kelra might make a super play of his own. The real question is, where is First Blood going to happen? We've seen Kinvalba rotate from the bot side. Unfortunately, haven't seen too big of a commitment yet. Oh, a cloud shift here as well. Yep. Bomber's going to put some pressure down on Lutpi. Wanted to get a flicker at least, but Lutpi knows better than to actually use those resources early. He's going to stay patient with it. Kelra up top, though. It's so well played by Spirit in the draft, though. They ban out the Harrod, the Clint as well. Those are the two heroes that can really deal with the Paquito in lane. And because Team Spirit has red side, oh god, deadly matching. Some more with Sunset Lover as well. But back to the point,
because they were red side, Onyx couldn't risk picking up the Moskov just because there could be that Hanabi threat.
That's the thing, that's the thing. Every single time you come into these drafts, there's always that sneak peek on that red side. And so far, I like the way that, you know, Team Spirit have handled themselves, right? A slight evolution, not trying to go beyond what they need to do. They're still checking the boxes, and you can tell that Hiko, this side of the map is his, right? Even Keyboy has to be very respectful of him.
Look, P didn't use any of the resources earlier. Rapidly trying to be used up now. Shifting skies. Oh, it's a flicker. Keep Bomba with first blood. Now he's getting the fatal legs and a flicker combo, locking him down as Bomba can't go for the chain. Lantern flare right there as he goes to the skies. Sunset Lover puts the thunder right down on Keyboy.
Oh man, once again, Kid Bomba catching Onyx off guard. Wasn't expecting him to be so desperate to chase for someone of Lupi's caliber. And not to mention even Keyboy trying to disengaging them, forgetting that Kid Bomba can just walk back into the fight. One auto attack away from actually triggering that ult once more. Even so,
hey, thank you. 77 Jewels. GGM, so thank you.
Is
Zeni
Onyx going to take first position here to try and drag this out? They really want to contest this.
Perfect match, already baited out by Keyboy, just with the Jikundo. Now Onyx holding control despite Team Spirit's early win. Stun coming down now. Shifty skies from Bomba goes in. Look, P doesn't get caught by it. Sour back again. Retreat battle. Rapid Dryad. Good zoning there, and it's gonna be the retreat from Kai instantly. They will disengage. Sour trying to look for a trade, but it will not happen.
Tactical defensive plays. And while this is all happening, Kelren just knows, hey, I get a free push here. Hiko, you can do whatever you want. You have the item power spike with a Hunter Strike. Sure, whatever. I will donate this to you, but just give me 5 more minutes. For the rest of the team, at the very least, we see that from Team Spirit's side, being able to kind of contest these neutral objectives is kind of the point. But at the same time, Lutpi is quite the problem with the Wrath of the Dryad. So taking first position may not necessarily be ideal for TS, especially if the flickers are available. Radiant armor purchase coming in from Kid Bomba.
Inside his nose.
Boost from Sunset Lover. He's already putting a lot of damage onto Sans, and I like the fact that they're trying to say, you know what, if we can force Sans to use his abilities, and we saw what happened in the previous game with the Sky Piercer, we can't let him get into that position again.
Nope. Definitely going to be against it. Sans, Crimson Beacon, and the lift on Sunset, able to flicker on the Kai. Follows through with the pick. Did he get Sky Piercer before or after the kill, though? It's the question as now Kai walks up again. Keyboy goes in with the way the Dragon is going to be cancelled out by the fatal lace and a flicker out for the blazing away from Kelra. He's enough to take him down. Kai right there.
Yes!
Kelra gets the last hit. Hiko now with the rotation. After the Dryad already there is Bomba and Sour. Go for the trade out to Kai. He's going to aim him to get the dodge away. Bomba right there now running him down.
Nicely done. Now they need to disengage. I don't think Bomba can get out of this. He's getting gunned down, and Lupi says, you know what, this time I'll let you go. It's chill, it's all good. We got the mid-tier 1. We were able to invade your jungle. We got the money that we were looking for, and I think that's the scary part about this current metagame.
Thank you for the asking. Thank you for your
reach? How greedy do you think you can be, especially when you start getting to high-stakes games? Because this is some life-changing money on the line if they win the series.
And Onyx did a fantastic job at finally being able to get a win over Spirit. It's been Spirit, the more calculated team, rotating early with the tempo. Onyx now with a conceal for Luke P and Keyboy. Trying to grab a bit more of that map pressure.
I don't know, this one's looking a little dangerous. He's thinking about this, but at the same time, look at the position of Kid Bomba. He wants to cloud shift somebody.
Let's see it now in the back, trying to zone Kyrie. He just dashes away for now. It's gonna be the full chase right now as he goes in twice. I'm talking about Wrath of the Dryad.
It's good, and now Sunset Lover, he gets the turtle!
And now with Bomba in the air, Kyrie locked down. He brings it back. Limpy straight into tower scores. It's Kai with the rotation back to pick up the kill. 1 for 2 at the end of the day. Sunset going away. He go with the jump in, but he gets punished by Kyrie.
Man, these fighting beats are really uncomfortable to look at because there's so many moments that you see both Onyx as well as Team Spirit. They walk up, they're looking for a reaction. They're throwing the feints out, and whoever makes that first mistake usually goes down. But let's look at the replay one more time. It was good. Unfortunately for Kelra, he gets locked down by the ball lightning, but in the end, despite missing the cloud chip, that Wrath of the Dryad is such a game changer.
And you gotta give props to Kyrie for playing that fight perfectly, man. Earlier in the start of the fight was Bomba and Sao. Hey, Keyboy feeling it already. That's the vibe you need if you want to make it to the grand finals. Hiko going in again. It's Kai with the iframes dodging away, but now They have information. Sawa with the perfect match. Keyboy on the Chong. That's why it's such a good pick against this Atlas.
And both sides trying to draw the line in the sand, but it keeps getting wiped away, and they keep pushing it forward and pulling it backwards constantly. But now it's about item power spikes. At this stage, let's pull up the items just real quick here. At 8 minutes, where exactly is Kelra currently at? Because Hiko, he's already unlocked from this lane. They've got 2 towers, top and bottom side. They can start invading the jungle pretty heftily. Ideally, if they can get rid of mid-tier 1, that'll be more optimal. But even so, the coverage from Onyx, they're like, yes, Kelra, invest more, wait until the stocks get big before we sell out.
You're gonna see the fans here, the Sonics in the building. Also the Spirit fans who are really just trying to go band for band with those chant battles. But yeah, I'd love to see those items as well for Onyx. Let's take a look at it. DHS Rush. He's gonna go for the Golden Staff next, and it's just a component for Corrosion Scythe. So he wants to be active early.
He does. But on the opposite end, at least we know, with at least 200 gold difference between the gold laners at the very least, just the cost efficiency of the fighters, only 2 items down in the bank. And with Lord already spawning here, I'm trying to figure out what's the best angle, because Sans has that Purify. I'm thinking whether they can punish Keyboy, but at the same time, Kyrie has been playing it so nicely with those iframes. They've got to figure out something that makes him bite. It can't just be the Lord here. Zara might be able to bait it, but at the same time, this is a huge problem if Keyboy gets a good kick on him. Nobody on the side of TS has a Purify.
And that move by Kelra as well, the poke over to Bomba, the fact that he chased even forward and Bomba popped the regen, so he's gonna have to recall back to base. Onyx now have tempo around this. Bottom lane is good for TS. The ball lightning comes around for Keyboy. Hiko deals with the wave in the top lane, but the mid wave has been pushed in by Onyx, so it's just a battle of prio around these lanes.
This is tactical. This is really, really tactical, and TS, they don't mind dragging this out.
No one saw that ball lightning.
It's all good, but I don't think it's over just yet. It's almost trying to force it.
Now with the shifting skies as well. Sans popping up the Crimson Beacon early. It's going to be him. Over the skies away. The dragon for Keyboy. Ball lightning stops it down. Sawo with the fatal links on 2. Now it's him backing away. Sour Ego is down with the point with the deadly magic over on Sans. Kyrie waits for a position. Keyboy. Very risky game that he's playing. And Bomba walks back up.
I think they've been chunked out too hard here, but Kelra, he might be the difference. Ball lightning connects. Are they going to full combo him? No.
Mati satu. Mati.
Solo just a little bit more. The Lord doesn't get the last swing of the Trident. He going on with the jump on the P. No Wrath of the Trident available now with the ball lightning. With a rushing battle, but Kelra dives into the blazing duet out Sunset. Has the BMI. Team Spirit want to chase.
They want to go for further. Keyboy's trying his best. Immediately into Thunderform, kicks him away, and Hiko catches 1. Can they get a second one, though? Nah, it looks like it's just going to be purple here.
That's it. What a crazy fight. A crazy sequence of events.
Man, this is really an RTS. It turned away from a moment to an RTS so quickly in these couple of moments. Lucky for Sawa that the Lord decided to go into his animation to knock people up, because if not, he would have been blasted there. Kelra had the right idea. You know, Sunset Lover already used the ball lightning. They were trying to punish him real hard. He still has that flicker, and that's the beauty of it. If he had Purify,
I'm from Malaysia, guys.
Okay, sure, I guess he's dead there, but so far, things have been pretty hot for Team Spirit. This is going exactly how we were expecting it, right? Double fighter comps generally take the advantage first. Later down the line, you're expecting that the marksmen are going to be able to not only outplay, but have enough damage to output. The scary thing is, with the gold standard, he's really good at chunking out your frontliners and still having that fancy footwork to get out.
He's been doing that all game now, every single time, even before the Golden Staff, but even more so after it, right? The chunk on Bomba, forcing him back. He's literally just been winning them these small wins before the neutral objective even starts. But it comes down to, again, the lane management and the side, and that's why right now Kelra's kind of chained, locked in from going into the side lane because of the Paquito. He can play such a good game here where he's never really in vision.
Yes, and the best part is that he likes to stick his foot out in random spots just to make people feel like, oh, we got to be worried about the potential flank here. What about the tri-brush? What about... And then they just slow down. And I think that's the important thing here. Both teams need to really take into account every little detail that's happening across the map. And I think there are moments that I feel that Team Spirit are willing to 50-50 for, especially when they've got priority and pushing waves on their side.
Back to Hiko and the Paquito, though, the choice of emblems as well. We've been seeing a lot of lethal ignitions, obviously. In the XP lane, it was mainly quick quantum charge. And that's what Hiko has taken, that inspiration from the XP lane Paquito into the gold lane. Now he's not, gone down, man. Looking from the top-down view. But yeah, it's all about playing in and out. It's about baiting those resources on the Paquito as well. It's not just about that insta-burst, especially against these top-tier teams.
I mean, he's going for
Siapa menang
war
tadi?
axe, so
Baru
he
start,
knows
baru
that
start.
he
Onyx
isn't
dengan
just
ni.
trying to, like,
First
if he
game.
can one-shot somebody, sure, but he can also play a very Peel style, right? He can get in and out of fights more reliably. He can actually go down to 50% of his HP, walk up to a wave, heal back to full, and then come right back into the fight. The cooldowns are so important, and not to mention, they are going to make sure that they fight for a long time.
Hello.
Because Sans, he would love to drag out these fights.
Holy Shield already down. Deadly Magic onto Sans. They're trying to really bait out those Crimson Beacons. Lutfi gonna be caught now. It's thrown back. Rather try it, but it's too far away from the rest of the team. It has to be Lutfi taken low, taken out by Hiko.
Really nice, and now they're going to keep on going forward for this, but I don't think they want to dive even further. They use all of their ults just to get Lutfi, and they still haven't cracked open the inhibitor, which is totally fine. But now we're seeing the major interactions here. Kid Bomba recognizes you can Wrath the Dryad all you want, as long as I am in that cloud form, casting abilities without any hesitation. There's not going to be a moment for you to lock me down.
Oh, this time they get the Crimson Beacon. Sawa with a perfect match now knows there's a man advantage that they want to capitalize on. That's a base turret with the First Lord with fighter side lanes.
And Onyx, they decided, you know what? We'll give it to them. It's not the long lane. The Lord is still spawning.
Hey. What is going on with the life, bro?
Game ni ada diamond tak? Tak ada, Amiyaki. Setiap team ada support satu team je.
On that top side. So this is just something that we're going to have to manage, and especially in teams of this caliber, managing a lane ain't that hard. But then comes the problem later in the game. Their wave clear is not that great. It's only Kyrie and really Kelra who can clear these waves, but even Kyrie is starting to reach his cap on how much damage he can do, because a lot of his damage is directly tied to his levels.
Now it's back to that slow game. It's all about building these waves. And again, Spirit have been the ones with the advantage when it comes to dealing with the waves in the side lane, just mainly because of that 1v1. Kelra, he's going to have to wait for the Win of Nature. And even then, I don't think he's comfortable playing in that side lane, right? Even if he gets the Win of Nature, just because Hiko on the QC on the
Satu tower pun tak dapat lagi ke? Baru dapat mid satu.
It'll be more worth for Hiko to bait that Win of Nature over just, again, a fight from Kelra.
Which makes me wonder whether or not Hiko is going to go and start getting himself a Malefic Roar or straight into the Queen's Wings. Considering that he's got the War Axe, I would only assume that it's going to be the Queen's Wings after, but that's, you know, a very EXP style of playing it. We'll see what options he has in a bit, because Conceal's already out and Sawo's opening up the Tribe Rush.
Keyboy doing a good job again, just holding that wave, but now it's the EECA special, baby. It's that Lord Dance in the bottom lane, playing it as slow as they possibly can.
Oh, Deadly Magic's already on Sans, but Sans very calm. He's not going to react, not yet. Not until he sees Sawo do something crazy here, because TS, they're willing to start. Oh!
Whoa, Sunset able to flicker out of the Wrath of the Dryad. Now it's Keyboy locked down with the Frozen. And the perfect match instantly goes! Sawo with the perfect just Sawo! With the Barrier Links, that's Kelra popping the Blazing Weapon. He's going to get bursted down by the Deadly Magic. And now it's Sans with a Lantern Flare.
And now they disengage. Finally, a moment to breathe at the very least. Kid Bomba, he doesn't mind dying there, but he wished that he got somebody other than just Keyboy. Now, Onyx instantly going to take priority and first move on this Lord. What is Team Spirit going to do? Because we're seeing a flank coming in from Zara. Opens up the Tribe Rush. They know it's safe, and Hiko, he's pulling attention to himself. This is great.
That wave bot wasn't set up perfectly by Spirit, and now it's going to be building back for Onyx. Slow pushing towards Spirit. So it's a win for Onyx for now. But they have Keyboy down. That means Spirit have the man advantage.
Sans ni boleh mati tu.
I think
For a while, as Bomba spawns.
I think Onyx recognized that TS, they can't blitz this down as quick as they want to, so they can actually maintain this tempo. It's getting really dangerous because now that Kid Bomba is going to start showing himself. This is where Onyx needs to take advantage of the scenario. Well, same time as well, that top side is shoving in pretty hard. Hopefully it doesn't mess up their mid wave as well.
Probably will. They're going to have to send members down there, and that means it's free for Zaur to clear out the mid wave. Now, it's Bomba who set up the wave in the bottom lane and a good spot for it to build back in favor of Spirit.
So they've got like roughly a minute or two to work with here. TS has set it up nice. Let's see who gets it.
Zaur with the jump now. They know he has no Purify, but Hiko's going to be taken very low already. Lutfi going to be chunked down as well. Shifting Skies from Bomba, trying to lock them down already. Now it's Zaur and Kyrie going to go for the Restream battles. Deadly Magic will land on Kelra. Bomba's right there. Ball lightning, and it's Bomba with the jump side. With Retribution.
Beautiful play. They're going to go further than this.
Good one,
Kyrie does
good one,
not
good one.
get the Lord this time, but at the very least, they are able to trade upwards. Man, Kid Bomba really wanted to deny Kyrie of that retribution and was willing to die for it.
But is it worth another 2 Sky Piercer stacks? Zara with a jump, deadly magic! Kyrie needs to time this, but I think he's good anyways, right? Just gotta be careful of that lightning truncheon proc.
Yeah, no, it's so safe. I really love the fact that, you know, once you get to a certain point with Hirara, you're like 3 seconds, okay, perfectly fine. Double iframes if necessary. I can wait for my combo points to actually come back up. As long as nobody threatens me in the meantime to force him out, generally will survive. Now let's look at the items one more time because we're seeing max build already from Hiko. And yes, he did opt to go for his third item to be the Queen's Wings on top of getting a Malefic Roar at the end, so he has that real 1-2 punch for Kelra if he doesn't build that Winds of Nature soon.
Doesn't seem like he is gonna build the Wind of Nature. He wants to gamble it, man. This is the guy who went Brody against a Beleric, all right? It's all good. He can react to things, and that's what he's leaning on. He's leaning on his own skills, the drills that LaFell was talking about as well, pointing out to Kelra, who's just been practicing all around to deal with damage, to deal with setting tools.
Hey, speaking of damage and dealing with setting tools, San's also getting himself a Radiant Armor here to make sure he doesn't die to Zaur. So now he's not exactly the most optimal target, and Zaur has to rethink who he's going to be jumping on. I would like to say Keyboy, but like half the time, those kicks really is more for disruption than it is for a big set, considering that both sides have some big haymakers ready to unleash. And I think Zaur's been playing like a really good game with the way that he's going in and out and trading the aggro. Very similar to an MMO RPG raid. You have your tanks, they gotta cycle the damage between each other to make sure that everybody stays healthy.
Uh-oh. Keyboy has a Shanpu, the deadly magic will actually bait it out now as Keyboy. It's Jikundo, not Shanpu again. Sawa with the fatal links, able to catch 2, but Keyboy will get the way of the dragon to disengage for now. Hiko staying busy while that happened. Pushing in the mid wave, getting a bit more damage onto that base turret.
And I like the fact that Zaur, especially when there's technically nothing to fight for, he's willing to just throw the deadly magic at you. Just like, yeah, I need to get something, I need to get a reaction, and as long as that reaction actually happens, it's fine. My ult's gonna come back up in less than 30 seconds. Arguably, wait, where is he, level 15 already? Yeah, about 26 seconds, no problem.
That flicker though, well, long cooldown on Keyboy. And that's really the only engage tool, right?
Yeah.
Let's look here, more of that reactive. Oh no, they beat out
Dia pergi automatic translation tu.
No flicker, Keyboy. How are you gonna run away from this one, buddy? That's a ball lightning. The Thunder's Wrath as well. Keyboy gonna be taken out by Zaur as Bomba walks up and they don't use any crucial resources. It's just the deadly magic.
Now more than ever, the meta demands you perfection from not only your rotations, but your positioning as well, and reading your opponent. So far, the score is 8-8, but the 2.2k lead on the side of Team Spirit is starting to make me nervous here. Kelra's at a point where he does real damage, but it's so hard for him to walk into the fight for that big blazing duet.
Sawa again zoning in the backline now, jumping on Sans, trying to bait up Crimson Beacon or a Purify. Sawa flicker the fatal links, Purify out, both already. That's Kid Bomba with a layer, brings it back into the knockout strike. Kelra, Immortality already down.
It's right, they were going for it, and Champion Sands already gets Kelra. They want to get a little bit more, but at least for Kid Bomba, he survives as Kyrie is next to fall. I thought that was going to be an instantaneous fight, but even for the side of Onyx, they're willing to expand resources to make sure they can buy a little bit more time.
It's the layer. You Purify out of the fatal links, then it's Bomba with the Sora, and now they're knocking on the base. Zaur with the deadly magic on Keyboy. Sawa walks up on Sans with no Purify. Base wide open, Team Spirit. Secure game number 1.
All right, that's a great start for Team Spirit, but this series ain't over yet. How many times can they pull that combination off? That was literally, what, a 0.8 second frame to flicker Cloud Chip, seeing the Purify in the middle of 3 different people? You're banking on a lot. I don't think it's gambling at this point, but honestly, we're getting pretty close to it.
Spirit, we had this discussion behind the stage, Gideon. It's all about taking these heroes, these mechanical ones.
Okay, awal lagi, baru satu game, nggak apa-apa.
To play their game. Spirit, they've always had this strength. From when they were called Deus Vult before they joined
pun
Spirit.
sama dengan Aurora kan.
It's that brain, it's playing the slow game, and then punishing your opponents when these small windows open up.
Yeah, and the best part is that they identified those windows in the middle of these early interactions. They're probably talking to each other, hey guys, we gotta be careful. Once we come to mid to late game, we can't do this again and again and again. They are going to adapt to us, so we got to look for different punishes. We gotta make sure we hit the weakest link at every moment of the game, and they keep on finding finding it. I think for at least for Onyx, they need a way to set the tempo, and I think that's the biggest issue. This Atlas, and especially the Valentina trade with the Belleric, did end up hurting them. But Sora from Kid Bomba making sure that that could have been a Uranus, and it would have been fine. But with the playmaking capabilities, it becomes that much better. With that being said, we're going to leave the rest of the breakdown to you, Rain Day, and the rest of the panel.
Well, thank you so much, guys. I think Zaur Egoist goes deathless there. The 16-year-old, we were talking about Bumba, but that jungle performance was special. Alongside every single member of Team Spirit, it has been a dominant performance from EECA in Game 1, but still, like Gideon said, much more to come. That is, again, just a sampler.
Who's Gideon?
We got.
Who are we?
Who's the other
Zaur
guy as
16
well?
tahun,
Next
ya.
to Rico, like, those guys.
Hey, man.
They were amazing.
I'm the only consistent piece up on this desk, you know what I mean? I'm putting my time in, right? This is the face of MLBB.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you know what? There you go. I will not add to that no matter what.
Yep. We're going to leave it as that.
All right, yeah, let's move on. All right, going back to Game 2. No, guys, talk to me. Game 1, I mean, obviously, man, that was a great draft, but what did you like about it on Spirit side, or what didn't you like about it on Onyx side?
Honestly, when you look at both sides, the drafts, I feel like, are great. Obviously, Keyboy had a really hard time at trying to utilize the way of the dragon, the kick, that ultimate from the Cho, you know, set things up. But also there was just really good timings from Team Spirit to kind of layer the ultimates like they were talking about.
If it's okay, we're going to stick on this graphic for a while, because the big thing that I want to show you guys is Keyboy. Damage dealt only 9,000. He's a roamer. He's not supposed to deal a lot of damage, but that also just shows he does not have a lot of forward momentum, right? Every single time he tries to go forward, he can't catch anyone. He's going to take way too much damage. So that's the first thing you guys got to look at. 111,000 damage taken, but only 9,000 damage dealt shows that Keyboy could not have much impact in this game. Even compared to Sao did 15,000. That shows that he has a bigger impact compared to the rest. And look at Onyx as well. When you're looking at the jungle control, only 1 turtle and 0 lords. And we will be showing this in the telestrator later of how Team Spirit, they lost the first one, but then one quick adjustment, and then after that, it's all Team Spirit.
Yeah. Also, you got to commend Hiko here on the Paquito, because his patience, his timing, his window of opportunity that he waited for was a big part. Even in that last exchange, that last team fight that we saw, they expended some of the battle spells out, utilizing Sao on that Atlas, but then Kid Bomba comes through, like the Shifting Skies, and then Hiko comes through after that to go ahead and capitalize the kills. So, you know, it's all about the layering. It's almost like a, you know, it's a really nice cake, basically, is what Team Spirit brought to Game 1.
You know, I looked at a number that was really interesting to me. Out of all the numbers that you could have and how high the scale, 135 damage taken on the side of the EXP laner for Onyx. But on the other side, Kid Bomba, he had 135,000 damage taken as well, with only 250 more. They were almost exactly the same, but he doubled the damage that he dealt on Sora. How big is this pick coming up? Because we haven't seen this till later on in the series.
Honestly, we're going to be talking a lot about Kid Bomba, because I've already said that he's an amazing EXP laner. Before this, he was amazing in lane. Now he's a menace in that river.
Besok mereka kembali bermain.
One is because of Kid Bomba. He got the right targets. He gave the space. Honestly, he made it easy for Zaur Egoist to do his job.
And that's what you're hoping for, especially in a meta that helps the jungle when that EXP laner is jumping off to a start like that. Lethal, I know you had some stuff to break down here with the telestrator. I want to see what you thought about Game 1. Let's get to it.
Well, first of all, we do have to talk about the draft, right? For Team Spirit, their position 1 is going to be this Harley. The Harley is going to be the main damage dealer as well as the biggest threat going up against Onyx. Now, Onyx, they have a good draft in the sense that they have the Zushin as well as the Cho, where they can fight at any time. They have basically no cooldowns, honestly, and that makes it a threat in the early game. But they were able to shut them down with both the Eudora as well as the Atlas. So this is a dual mid lane combination for both teams, where it's just that Team Spirit was able to outplay that. But again, the big piece here, position 3 coming in from Team Spirit, which is Kid Bomba on the Sora, he was the one being the main disruptor, making it almost impossible for Onyx to really win the fights. So because of that, we're going to be looking at the clips here. We're going to be looking at the first clip, and the first clip that we have to look at is what Onyx did right, where over here, you really got to look at the position coming in from Keyboy, if I'm not mistaken here, where his job is to shut down Hiko. And then for Onyx, as long as Sans is free, he should be able to do a very good job. As we're going to be looking at the clip here, what I want to see, first of all, is... Look at this. Hiko had no stacks, had no champion stacks, by the way, so that he's not safe. He doesn't have the skills ready. But more importantly is the fact that Keyboy was able to kick him into the pit, making it so that he is a non-factor. But all the while, Sans, he's untouched. Look at this entire clip here, how Sans gets inside of the turtle pit, and then he's not receiving any damage. He is making it so that no one can really fight comfortably. And because of that, Onyx won because of their mid duo. Hiko is out of the fight and free reign for Sans. But then we see how things quickly change in the next clip here, where we see Kid Bomba. He was waiting in this bush right here, but then he immediately gets on top of both Sans as well as Kyrie, trying to make it so that they're not a part of this. We're going to be looking at the clip, and even though they were able to dodge it out, but again, as long as Sans is not there, is already good enough, because what Kibomba is doing is he's creating space.
The Team Spirit leading.
But the back, this is the last zoom in that I'm going to do, because this is actually very important. And this is why Keyboy cannot play the game. Okay? We're going to be looking at here, and then we're going to play the game. You see how Keyboy, he did get the kick onto Hiko, but immediately you see that the stun got onto Keyboy, making it so that even when he connects the kick, he is a sitting duck. And then after that, all the damage in the world went over to Keyboy, making it so that he's just out of the fight. And then after that, it becomes so much easier for Spirit. As long as both Keyboy and Sans does not affect it, they're good. We're going to be looking at the other clip here. Again, you just got to look at Kibomba. He is charging in. I would say one of the best things about Sora in this situation is he can engage, and he has a lot of dashes going in. That makes it so that even though Onyx has incredible reaction speed, it's going to be difficult for them to really connect to that. Look at Kibomba, able to get Sans and Kyrie again. And then after that, even though he was stopped for a bit, we're going to look at, this is the important part. Boom. Wow. Goes in, finds Kyrie, making it so that he could not red free this Lord. And then Zara Egoist just basically gets it for free. We heard Miracle even asking, is it really worth it to give over that, what you call it, Sky Piercer stacks? It honestly is, because even in this fight, you can see Kid Bomba once again disrupting the fight, making it super easy for the rest of Team Spirit. And this is why I say Zara Egoist had an amazing time, because he was never threatened.
It's weird, it's like a more flexible Atlas, because the Fatal Links is like so telegraphed that you're trying to set it up, and Kid Bomba just had their number, man.
Part of it is you want to just, if they have Purifies or if they have Flickers, you want to get those battle spells out. Yeah. And either or can do that. That's why you can't really predict it, because they can just change it out. Either it's Kid Bomba that goes in, initiates, and then Sao follows up, or vice versa, and then that allows our Egoist or Hiko to have that room to move around and capitalize on it. So it was just really good, kind of mixing things up throughout the entirety of that game, where then Team Spirit continued to hone in on it. And yes, I think, as LaFell mentioned, Keyboy really couldn't play. Like, this was a really difficult Tro game to play. As a Tro roam myself, most played roam that I have, this is so difficult to actually go in for a setup.
Well, this is now like kind of your turn, right, to respond. And we've seen this again, and many of the teams that we've been up to have responded, whether it's game 1 and game 2, or whether they wait a couple of games. What's the lesson that if you take away now, you think, LaFell, they can respond in game 2?
The lesson that Onyx has to take is that they need a bit more layers in how they approach the fight, because the big reason of the first half of the Telestrator is the fact that Onyx had a good idea, kick Hiko, and then win the fight. But then after that, they just countered by the Eudora protecting Hiko on this Paquito. Even though Paquito is a fighter, doesn't mean that he doesn't need protection. Yeah. He still got protection coming in from his team, and that was the response of Team Spirit. But we didn't see Onyx changing it up. The change that they could have made was wait for Kid Bomba to go in and then kick him out, right? Either kick him out or to burst him down very, very fast. So I feel like going into game number 2, they got to be a little bit more flexible. See who is the real threat. If Hiko's the threat, sure, fine, take him out. But if Bomba's the threat, even though he is an EXP laner, even though he's position 3, you got to give him that respect.
I want to ask a question about Burst, because Paquito excels at Burst. But there's characters like Clint that also excel at Burst, and they're in the marksman side. Is it really the fact that it's Paquito, or is it the fact that they're playing off trying to stun, burst, set this up, win a fight quick, get a pick, and that's how their team is working. Could you swap that Paquito out for something just as effective, or do you think it's that important that now Team Spirit have to keep prioritizing it?
I think it's one big thing to just have this burst, you know, in the Paquito or any of the gold lane picks that come through, but it's more so just, again, effective layering. You know, Paquito has to wait for that moment when he has those stacks, when he has that champ stance and everything else to capitalize on. That's why Eudora works so well. I think Eudora is one of the main centerpieces for a lot of these compositions, where it's like, I'm just going to go get this stun off, shred some damage down. I mean, again, her combo can almost one-shot someone. If it does it brings them low enough that any gold laner or fighter that's parked in the gold lane can usually then get a kill. You know, it's more so, again, it's either more of a smooth damage output or it's this kind of burst that you see, and Paquito is just one of them that works so well in that fighter lane. Whereas, for example, if you see a Freya put there, or let's say it's another variation of any of the marksmen that you can pick up, they're very different.
Yeah, and the tempo that was applied in this one, you saw earlier in the series, if you were watching, it was an amazing back and forth between Yangon Galacticos and Team Falcons PH. One of the things that started to become the glue of Team Falcons trying to make that comeback, winning 2 games in a row in game 3 and 4, was glue. And it was a lot of in and outs from Ogwin. It was a lot of just barely dead. Oh, here's my flicker. Now everyone's distracted, and I'm still alive, and I'm going to jump back into the fight. That's what we saw a lot from Kid Bamba here as well on the sword. Can they do it again, or will they find an answer to some of this, guys? And as we take a look, Game 2 draft on the way, you can see the coach already working.
Well, when we're looking at a draft, we got to look at who's going to be disrupting the fight, because Paquito, he does have a lot of burst, but the thing is about fighters in general, at least one ability in their kit is able to just change the landscape of the fight. For example, your position in a way that you're like, let's just say 100 meters away from your opponent, but then all of a sudden you're only 20 meters away from your opponent, right? Positioning is such an important aspect at high-level MOBAs, honestly. Like any MOBAs, the positioning is going to be very important. Anyone that can change your positioning is annoying as hell. They can go to hell. Yeah. They can die.
Aku dah lah stres dengan anak aku baru balik.
In that way, I feel like a lot of people feel that. I mean, I've seen even playing the Hirara over here. Well, usually it's Mirko playing it in the server here. The opponents say the same thing. You know, they talk about Hirara just being able to move and have that mobility. But you know, I think another point of that is again, you have just so many things that you can do compositions wise, but because we're in this more assassin meta more often than utility, for example, we've seen it pop up a couple times, these fights are very push and pull. They're so logic based that you kind of see this play out that way.
Well, Atlas let out on the, basically, to roam free off the leash. Paquito banned alongside Marcel and the Selena, so they felt it was enough of a threat. They don't want Kelra to have to deal with any of those shenanigans.
I like that even during the draft, Kid Boba finds a time just to say, I love you to Onyx, and I feel like, because he knew he was going to get the barrage, he's just like, Kelra, I'm just stating your name.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I got the barrage.
You got to think about it, man. Again, that little fun fact there, you know, they're one match away from making history, right? I mean, this, I feel like this MSC alone here at EWC 2026 has been all about making history.
It really has. Tournament of upsets, tournament of history.
Both
great names for this tournament in Paris. EWC has been the home of MSC for a few years now, and man, this one is special.
That's why it's MSC, right?
MSC competition. Thank you. Welcome back, guys.
This is the one that everyone has to see. All the other games, B tier.
Yeah.
MLBB's S tier, man.
This one's you gotta watch.
Yeah. Whatever game's coming up after this,
I feel so bad for them.
It's going to be hard to beat, I will say. The Lenovo Legion Gauntlet, it's going to host a lot of games. It already has hosted a few.
If you want to be the best,
it's going to be hard to beat this one, though.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. That's why we just keep beating ourselves off. And then now we're here having an amazing series with the Harif ban out. I feel like coming up, Onyx has to consider that this Harley pick is going to be the bane of their existence. Are you okay, Nyson? These years, man, this is the.
I'm just pumped up.
You're pumped up?
Yeah, by your morale boost.
You gotta pump yourself up for this. Yeah, you need all the energy that you can muster to have
Okay, Zara. Korang yang ada anak, jangan beli squishy lah kat rumah tu. Sebab
he's trying. That's interesting.
Ni bahaya tu. Dia pergi koyakkan tu, lepas tu dia masukkan dalam hidung. Memang betul ada. Aku tengok tadi dekat sini tak ada. Ni Zara.
Maybe once,
but it is far cry from what we saw at the end of the group stages.
I mean, like, it's still very strong. I'm just wondering why they ban the Melissa here. They're
macam mana
thinking
dia tak
that
sumbat
without
dah?
the Paquito, without the
Aku rasa
Freya,
bukan satu hari ni. Ini mungkin dah 2 hari sebab dia dah start berdarah.
I guess there's not. I mean, like before this was
Macam mana
Ruby,
dia
but
boleh
after the
bernapas
change of how her lifesteal kind of works,
yeah,
we don't see a lot of Ruby.
Macam mana dia boleh bernapas? Aku kan, kalau ada something dalam hidung kita kan susah bernapas.
So this might just be typical matchup, I would say, especially based on this ban. They go for the Valorant ban over here.
Nasib baik dia boleh bernapas sebelah lagi.
So
tak, dia dah habis solo dah dekat klinik kan.
Tak ada, kosong dah. Maybe the Mozgovs, maybe the Claude.
I feel like Hiko is more of a burst kind of guy. We even saw in the crowd, someone say we want Hiko Mania back, and now they pick up the Claude here.
Mungkin dia dah masuk, lepas tu nak keluar tak boleh. Lepas tu dia biar je. Dah sakit baru dia bagi tahu mak dia tadi.
Kera wants to use a Brody instead. Yeah.
That's what I was saying too. Just for the sake of having that extra distance to work from, I mean, obviously Mozgov can essentially do that too, but let's see what happens here. These last 2 picks for Onyx will round this out. I mean, this is pretty standard for the first 3 that they have.
EWC ni
But now how do you
$1
complement that too? Because your Valentina, you're going to have the fatal links pretty much that you can capitalize on and play into.
Dah lagi pun mak dia perasan sebab meleleh apa.
He said thank you. I love you some
dia macam hingus, dia keluar. Jadi tengok warna-warna merah. Mak dia perasan tadi. Waalaikumsalam. Waalaikumsalam.
Some of that purification if Atlas comes in, but on the other side, Glue, we have seen that hero make a big impact.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Rain Day, you know, in the hands of Ogwin in the previous series, really helped them out in some of the games that they brought it through. But again, this is good coverage because you've got that tank front line. You can go ahead and set up with the Fatal Links, your own, you have an Esmeralda. This gives a lot of space once again over to Kyrie and Kelra. And again, I don't know how many. I don't know if Sunset Lovers just he's not tired of playing Eudora, man, because I feel like almost every single game since the past 2 matches, he's just been playing Eudora.
But you know, they're going for a different approach, right? They're trying to say, let's make that gold lane something that Kelra can win. Is that the win condition here? Banning out the Paquito. We'll see if the Claude and Hiko Mania can occur. Guys leaning one way or the other.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go 4. I think I'm gonna lean towards Team Spirit.
I'm gonna go to the toilet later.
Well, we know where LaFell's going, and we know that Spirit is the side that is bringing more of the attention for Naisu. I want to hear what our boys think. Here you go, Gideon. How are we feeling about game 2?
Hey, we're already feeling pretty excited how this game has played out after seeing game number 1, but when you're looking at those compositions, that Glue's got a lot of work to do here, not to mention the Valentina trade-off. They're going to have access to Fatal Links, and I'm only seeing 1 Purify coming out of Hiko, so good luck to both mid laners. Something has to be perfect. Somebody will eventually make a mistake, and not to mention Lutpi getting chunked out pretty early on.
Yeah, it's not just about mistakes or making it, it's also having to deal with the forced mistakes from your opponent. Spirit just did that straight up. Esmeralda, great against the Barats, you know. But if it's a 2v1, it's always going to be rough. And Bomba's really just capitalizing off of this. Trying to, I thought, freeze, but no, he just goes for the contest anyways.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit tough here. But he needs a stacks, right? At the end of the day, once he gets into that max stack, it becomes Bomba got it. I think Bomba got it. That's why he's recalling. Yeah, now he's happy. Now he has full control over this lane. Right? The prolonged trades won't be as easy as it was before. Now that he has the stacks, not to mention he's got way better wave clear as well. First invade here is looking dangerous.
Slam, not going to give it to the pass. Full flicker on Sunset Lover.
That's the scary part, right? Urara's so good with the iframes. Oh,
wait a second. This is dangerous. Sour with the flicker out. Now Sour egoist. So Sour will sacrifice his flicker to give Sour, or to ensure he gets his farm.
Yeah, and he has to take it. If not, he's not going to have the deadly magic in time to start pressuring these lanes, and I think it's the influence of the lanes that really matter more here at Kelra. He's already in a pretty good position against Hiko. But for the time being, it's all about control. How long can they maintain is the next 10 seconds is when that turtle is going to spawn, and Sans very close to level 4 here. They will have access to Fatal Links if necessary, but let's see what Sans does here.
Sawo's gonna wait. Perfect match. Oh, that was a gamble that didn't pay off. Now Sans just steals away the Fatal Links for free. And remember, Sunset's not 4. He died earlier, missed a whole wave.
Yeah, they got to give this up. I don't think this is going to be a contest, or technically it shouldn't be. They also still don't have an answer to Keyboard, who's able to just kind of walk up and does whatever he wants. Oh!
Gets on the glue now. Oh my god, the stun on 3! Combo! Magic coming out of the Fatal Links. Sunset reacts to it, Blazing New Web. Keyboard gonna be taken down. That's the SOD landing, but look, he's gonna get taken out by Hiko.
Oh, brother man's Kid Bomba. I can't believe that they got not only a beautiful Detona's welcome, but made it collide into 2 people in the very first interaction of the game. That could not have gone better for TS in a position which technically wasn't even supposed to be theirs.
And the reaction time of Sunset Lover reacting to the Fatal Links flicker combo from Sans as well. Turns out it's not just Kelred doing drills. Sunset's been doing it all the time as well. Bomba though. Hey, buddy, you got the first play. Now it's gonna be revenge.
Gone.
Yeah, I mean, Bomba accepts his fate. There's no way he's gonna burn his flicker anyways there.
It's like 4 guys?
Sempat lagi recall sebelum mati.
Boys. Let's give Hiko a lead, and now immediately going straight for the plating. And I mean, that's the natural trade-off here, and understandably so, but definitely is more important for Kyrie at this stage of the game. He needs to get those kills early on. I don't know whether Keyboy can keep this up, but he needs to continuously harass and start opening up this map here. Not only are we seeing the man-to-man defense, but we're also seeing decisive action from both TS and as well as Onyx. Hey, if you're going to gank 4 people down here, we got to make something happen on that top side. And not to mention, that Keyboy, even when he is playing defensive like he is right now, he is looking for Sawo. He's thinking, all right, if Sawo shows up, we can do something about this. If we notice that, hey, Zara actually is on the bottom side of the map, does he need to reposition? Because you can see both sides are leaning into that insurance policy at the end of the day.
Ooh. Just a retry. Yes, Zara actually took that away. It's such a small win because it's the small little beetle, but hey, a win is a win. If you take away Hirara's main power, you know, being able to farm. Well, hold on. I thought Onyx were going to rotate up top. Instead, they're going to wait.
I thought so too.
Ambush. Keyboard just slaps some of the pass. Wow, Sawo gets a perfect match in time.
Okay. Are they going to Links?
Oh, that's already worth it. They bait out the Fatal Links.
Interesting interaction with Cyclone 9. Now they want more.
Oh my god, Keyboard spat into Hiko's guns. Bullets, bang.
That was the... That was the most interesting fate of all time. Both sides were and finally, it surmounts to just a single kill onto Keyboy's side, which is great at the end of the day for Team Spirit. They're going to be able to get this turtle, and I want to see how they want to actually convert this into something real.
They're playing such a beautiful game of MLBB right now, and it's such a... I love the dynamic of, you know, Young Falcons going, team fights, and in Spirit, and Onyx being a lot more slow. Sawo knows there's no Fatal Links. That means he can open. That means he can try to actually feint out some of these, you know, engages. Hold on. Hold on. Valentina's waiting in the bush. No. All right.
They're not going to dive this, are they? I mean, it's a little dangerous to do this at this stage of the game. Not to mention, there's kind of nothing to fight for on the map, right? The buff's already been taken on that top side. If they wanted to make something happen, maybe on that bottom side. But even so, they still are able to get the turret, which is great.
And you get to really see the growth of Hiko as a player, Gideon. Just last year, against Onyx Philippines, Spirit were the ones to choose Onyx PH, right? Winning their groups, doing really well. And in the lanes, it was Hiko who got overzealous, wanting to solo kill Kelra, really wanting to put it out there that he could be better than the god in the gold lane. This time, he trusts in the team. He plays for the team. He doesn't try to get those 1v1s anymore.
Actually, it's a little bit more than that, because Hiko decided to start... Oh, hold on.
Wow, Sunset Lover! What a reaction again, Hiko stays patient on the Purify. Now Ludpi taking a brunt of that damage. Kid Bomba's trying to get the angle to pull Ludpi back. Sunset, what is he on?
Yeah, I don't know. I was surprised that Kid Bomba actually didn't want to try for Detona's welcome to get the Purify out of Ludpi earlier. There's still like 35 more seconds until the next turtle actually spawns here, but this is working out perfectly. Come back to the point here. The fact is, he gets this turret for free. This fight, the reaction time here. Bang! I think he was reacting to Ludpi and it was like, hell no!
It was reacting to Ludpi. Oh, what a chop! Big Bonk now throwing him into the ball lightning, and it's going to be him taken out by the Thunder's Wrath straight up. Keyboy now 1-3-1.
All it takes, a 2K lead for composition like this. Let's pull up the item list. What's Bomba currently on right now? Like, he seems a little thicker than usual, and that's why. He's got plenty of magic resist with that Radiant Armor. He's already building up to the Antique.
Fix tak live ke malam ni? Aku rasa dia malu dah semalam tadi sokong.
I think with the help of the ball lightning, that magic defense reduction. It's a natural combo here, and now they're going to get mids here. This is going to snowball out of control. This is going to turn into maybe even like a 6K lead. And Gideon, we were talking about that matchup. Hiko and Kelra, the goal gap, the difference is massive. Hiko got the golden staff at 6 minutes. He's on track to get it. 3-item power spike at 8.
I'm really hoping LaFell can break down that moment when Hiko takes that top tier turn, because that was a team effort here. Everybody decides, you know what? We go invisible, we make the play. Oh, does he get caught at the... Oh no, he couldn't run away. Saul made it difficult as well. Man, I really thought he had enough base defense to actually survive the whole thing, but man, with the shred and everything else,
they're playing so good. Like,
this is technical boxing. This is they're playing on the outside. They're not like the Unlock Galacticos. They're dancing on the out. Oh,
literally.
This is great.
Bomba, bro.
Oh, moments like this where people who don't know high level are like, why is he wasting his ultimate? Cut to Zara. It's like, oh my god, another buff. I'm having the time of my life.
And I gotta give it to Sunset Lover, man. So many of these plays have been set just by him wasting the resources, because by all means, Onyx should be able to capitalize on some of these moments. Sunset is a Eudora. This is a guy who's supposed to be vulnerable against a Fey Lynx, against a falling star moon, but he's just so clean, he's so good with it.
He's playing hot. I think he still remembers the last MSC, right? The last time at an international, actually. When he was playing Farsa, he ended up getting hit by too many abilities, and I think he doesn't want to make that same mistake, especially with the qualification to the grand final slot for not only himself, but for the region. Zara, he's doing some real damage. Even Lutfi, shield is not doing much for him. He's getting chucked out a lot of the time, and at least for now, let's see how TS wants to do this, right? 25 more seconds.
Swift Trinity for Hiko. Ooh. And that's the damage! Oh my goodness! Lutfi's health bar! Blown out straight up!
It's this moment here. They're not going to siege. They're not going to siege. He's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. But he's conditioning them. And that's the important part of high level. At the end of the day, Kid Bomba has shown so many Detona's welcomes that have so much value. The fact that he's charging it up, Onyx have decided behaviorally, I must respect it. And they start moving away from this. Now, they've got the Lord in their hands. They don't care about the setup on the Lord, because, hey, the waves show up, Onyx. If Onyx shows up, that's when TS are going to attack.
When can they attack, though, is the question now. I mean, this, it couldn't have been
dia lawan dengan Onyx ni seperti
he gets the Swift Trinity and they go and see Lutfi instantly bursting him down. And even Lutfi's confused. He's behind on the Esmeralda. He's thinking, all right, I gotta get the Radiant Armor to deal with our egoist, right? Didn't take into account at all, and it's not his fault that Hiko will be able to get Swift Trinity at 8.
How much do you want to bet that Lutfi probably freaked out because he was looking at the items like, he doesn't have it yet. And when he checks it again, when did he get it? Oh, another combo!
Yeah, but it's only on to Saul. No, his shield saves him. Good. He's able to find SOD, lands it on it. The turret shot also doing well. Now the Spear of Misery. This is where you start to believe again, if you're an Onyx fan, that Kelra can turn things around for the team, right? On the Moskov a bit too many times, he's done this, but Spirit, they're okay with the trade. They say, go, take Sawo. It's okay, that's a base turret in the far lane. Hiko's farmed up. He's a whole item ahead of Kelra.
And yet, Onyx can't really force the situation. Oh my god, Kelra's dead. Can he out? Too much damage. It's just too much damage here. Now they get another inhibitor turret. And I think this game is almost pretty much done for at this point, right? 8.7 wins of nature purchase as well. Like, worst case scenario, somehow Sans and Lutfi need to take out Hiko after getting chunked out by Kyrie and Kelra.
Spirit just took out Onyx plan B like it was nothing, and it was our egoist. With his cards, they bait out the Holy Shield. Sans now covered the ball, lightning's out! Oh my god! Together with the Thunder's Wrath! Oh my goodness, styling on Onyx. That was Hiko with the BMI. Caught again by Kai. But now he's getting him down, Samuel. Straight to the back line now. Going for the main links, waiting and Purify out already. Kivo, he's taken out by Sunset.
This is sheer domination. This is sheer domination from Team Spirit. They're not letting this go. We don't need the Lord. We're going straight for the end. We have the power spikes, and we're going to close it out here.
Lutfi jumping in. Oh my god, Tower again. Takes care of it all. He gets into the base in time. That's everybody except Kelra down against the SOD. But he gets gunned down.
well by Hiko. And now returns. They're looking for the end, and this should be at the full wipeout at the top of it. 13-4, 11 minutes. What a game two, what a confidence boost for every Team Spirit fan here in the arena. Holy cow. Devastation, and I mean, as an Onyx fan at this point, they're begging for something. They're begging for a better draft. They're begging to see some light at the end of the tunnel.
Gideon, the question is, what could have been better? You need to ban the picks that were banned out earlier. It wasn't that Onyx dropped the ball, it was Team Spirit that just feel like they're ahead. They ban out the Selena, you have to do that. The Paquito is the adjustment from game number 1, then the Marcel as well. These are just picks that you cannot give out to Spirit.
Unfortunately, I think a lot of it is just coming down to just habits, behaviors that are being taken advantage of here. That top tier turn showed everything. The fact that people go missing, there's so much respect that Onyx is putting on Team Spirit, and I think they gotta get a little dirty here against them. If not, nothing's gonna happen in this game. It's just slowly getting choked out. The triangle choke is almost there.
And again, the understanding of power spikes, just the identity of Spirit here.
The
from ECA, something that we've been talking about for ECA, and this pickup, my goodness. Onyx had a shot. They were like, let's pray for Kalra. And Spirit shut those prayers down instantly with Zaur and his magic.
Man, the mythical beasts here. Crazy stuff. We have to throw it back to the panel to break this down for you. It's LaFell Nice and of course Rain Day to teach you what just happened. Oh my god.
I actually don't know if Zaur Egoist has died yet. I think that might be 2 games in a row that he has not died. And this time on the Harley, putting on a clinic into the dismay of the Indonesian fans of Onyx, not only here in the building, but to the elation of that woman right there. Excited to see her son one step away from a guaranteed $500,000. Welcome back to the studio, Rain Day. Nice.
Harley seperti dari jauh paling batu.
We gotta say ECA on the verge of history, but we saw that in our first series and it wasn't over.
Kalau Team Spirit menang for the first time dalam international daripada awal sampai kali ini, tim yang orang kata apa bukan daripada region ataupun yang ada MPL punya standard.
How fast that happened, but Kid Bomba is just making so much impact from that game to game. We talked about his Sora in the game 1, and now look at this, the Barretts that he was able to do. He himself zoned out most of Onyx.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Team Spirit didn't change, right? The heroes changed, sure, but in terms of how they approach the fights, it's all the same. Like, during the draft, I feel like we're going to be seeing it a little bit later on, but Onyx, they ban out the Paquito, but now they're like, wait, hold on. The Paquito was a problem, but Bomba, man. Because the thing about the Barats, he basically has a winning matchup against everything in the current meta. Well, at least, you know, meta.
I mentioned, and I don't know, I mean, listen, the Atlas has worked and not worked. It's obviously high prio, but it paired with the Barats, it just feels like too much. Too much you have to avoid.
Dia lawan tu menang against Aurora tau. Itu bukan luck.
Again, Sunset
It's just that dia orang tak boleh nak keep consistent. That's paling unpredictable. Unpredictable.
Look at the damage dealt by Keyboy and Kyrie. That again shows how much that they are not involved in this game. So Team Spirit, keep Bomba kind of like 1v4 and then let Sunset Lover, Sao, and maybe Zaur Igor is just to be like, make sure Keyboy is not here. Let's make sure that Loopy is also a non-factor because I feel like that's going to be the main part of his analysis, which is there's no front line for Onyx.
That's the hard part about it because now back-to-back games, we've seen Keyboy really struggle, right? He is known as being a roamer to set things up for the team. He's had so many amazing plays in his career, but we're seeing the struggle now, back-to-back games. And so usually when that's happening, when the roamer is struggling and having a really difficult time trying to set things up, you really have to count on your XP laner, right? We're seeing the exact opposite, the contrast to that between Sao and Kid Bomba. So it's like, what are you going to do for Onyx to allow that to actually happen? It's got to be Lutpi and Keyboy to kind of figure that out, you know, and the rest of Onyx to make this happen, not just in the draft, but obviously the execution.
I know you're going to look at the draft. You're probably going to look at the game, LaFell. I can't even remember who was first banned, first picked, or what the changes were. Was it Selena that was taken out earlier? Are they looking at mid? So I think that's an interesting thing too. Where did they start to shift their attention? Break down what you were looking at and how you analyze game 2.
So first, thank you. So,
I got you.
So first of all,
right.
we're going to be looking at the draft here, and we're going to talk about how honestly things didn't change that much because you guys are my fellow Americans. I'll explain the language that you guys understand.
Okay.
Dalam 3 jam boleh ke siapkan BO7
Imagine this
ni?
is American football, right?
Yeah.
Over here,
Field goal.
Over here we got the
Okey lah,
quarterback,
rehat boleh
and
rehat
over
lah
here
kan.
we got the
Rehat dah
running
tak ada
back.
apa.
Now here's the problem.
Okey lah,
Like,
bagus lah.
when we're looking at team spirit, Kid Bomba
Tapi
doesn't
besok
matter
pukul 5,
what
guys.
hero he's using. He's the middle linebacker. He's
BO7
always
tau
disrupting the
besok.
play, always
Besok-
going
besok
for
grand final.
a blitz.
Sorry, saya
either
ada silap.
honestly, mostly
ingatkan hari
for the
Ahad.
running back because he knows.
You watch a lot of football.
I'm so surprised you know the positions. What's going on here?
I always have a lot of useless information. I just have to figure out how to use it, right? So
besok
either
jam
ways,
5 Malaysia
back to
time
the
Malaysia
point here
time
again.
Jam
As
5
the linebacker, he
Falcon
knows the
versus
read
siapa
that
yang
it's
kalah
always
ni.
going to be a running play. It's
Dan
never going to be a
jam
pass. So they
8
just
Yangon
it makes
versus
it
pemenang.
easy for Team Spirit here, where
reti ke dia orang?
these two
Besok
deal
semua
with
BO7.
the glue, and then that's it. That's your
3
job.
4 tayar
That's it.
tengok Bang Lat game
Kid
bosan.
Bomba,
Kena tengok.
everyone else, but it's going to
Kena
be
tengok.
easy because he
So,
just
saya
has
akan
the single
stream dalam
target because
pukul
in lane
1-2
he's
macam tu
already
lah.
dealt with this as
Sebab saya nak mabar
Miranda.
dulu.
And honestly,
Sebab saya
the
ada
clips
hutang
aren't much.
lagi
The
hutang
clips is
mabar
just
apa
how
besok kita settlekan.
it's just Team Spirit basically outplaying Onyx multiple times, and it looks like Onyx, they're stuck in a rut where they're like, we're not used to the opponents responding
Sabar bang,
faster than us
jangan
because
start bising dekat
there's two bad things happening
community
here.
Indo.
First
Ini
of
baru
all,
2-0 boleh
Kid Bomba
remontada
got a catch here,
Alter
but
Ego
then
biasa
just a
buat
bit
remontada.
unlucky
So
where
mungkin Onyx dah
Sao was
belajar
able to
daripada
stun
Alter Ego
two
untuk
members
macam
of
mana
Onyx.
cara
We're able to
nak
see here.
berremontada.
Okay, I think it was already passed, but also
Sekejap lagi dah
in behind we can
3-2
see
balik
that
Onyx.
Sunset Lover
Sabar.
was
Kalau
almost
berterusan
caught by
Team
Sans,
Spirit
and then
first pasukan yang tak ada
incredible
MPL yang
reactions
layak
to
ke
be
Grand
able to
Final.
get
Ya
out of it,
benar.
and same as the second clip.
Tak nak buat magic
It's just
lagi
that
ke
Sunset
bang?
Lover had amazing
Tak nak.
reaction time. So sorry, it really is just a
Waalaikumsalam.
situation
Dia
where
okey, dah selesai
Onyx
urusan tadi dah.
roughly understands
Memang
what
ada
to
benda
do,
dalam hidung tadi.
but opponents already see it
Berapa dah,
coming,
bang?
so they're
Team
able to
Spirit
respond
2-0 guys.
appropriately. This is kind of like Onyx against Aurora yesterday, where they know that Kelra is the target. Kelra just survives, and then it's all good. Same here. You try to get Sunset Lover never gets caught.
Maybe he has his
But you
own-
guys understand the whole American football.
Yeah.
Of course. It's just that Kid Bomba
fellow
disrupts
American.
everything.
I hope everybody watching has that understanding.
There you go.
That was good.
I mean,
Football analysts as well. Maybe EWC next year as Madden or something.
I mean, like you guys are Americans. So I thought it would be appropriate if I be, you know.
This is a cheer for America right here. No, just kidding. That's a cheer because we see Onyx coming back out on stage alongside Team Spirit. Naisu, the question now is, how do you adapt? Because you do have to deal with what I think was quite
Team Spirit,
eloquently
Golden
put
Spirit.
from
Yeah,
Young
betul.
Galacticos coaches. Just wisdom, just like what is showing up, what can I lean into? I don't have all the answers, but what am I feeling?
MLBB ni
What's
sebab
going
tak
on in this
famous
game?
kat
And
Europe
certainly
je.
that
Kalau game
Kelra
ni
hasn't
famous
gotten
kat
off
Europe,
to a good
semua
start.
tim C jadi
T-Boy is
pelengkap
struggling.
jadual.
Kid Bomba's too
Kena
dominant.
cincang.
Our Egoist hasn't died. Those are the things you're just trying to figure out. What's the holy plan that can come down to solve all these problems at once?
You
Aku ingat
have
Kelra
to basically just kind of
sial lah.
reset. I mean,
Kelra gendong
every
kejap
time
lagi.
we've seen a team in this, position, back
Yeah,
against the wall,
tolongin
you're
dia.
literally facing elimination up to this point. The best teams out there reset quickly, and I know the coaching staff behind Onyx is able to go ahead and help them accomplish that. Again, these players have so much experience in this position in the past, but you have to focus on where you can. And like I said, XP and Rome between Lutby and Keyboy are big cornerstones to that, because every single time that we've seen Onyx make a big comeback or a possible reverse sweep, it's usually starting there and then allowing the rest of the team to kind of shine
Remontada
from
Onyx
there. I mean,
atau akan jadi santapan
their
makan
drafts
malam.
haven't been bad
Sam
or
naga
anything like
hitam.
that. They haven't been
Wih,
terrible. It's
ayat.
just more so they're
Let's
getting
go, pasukan
honestly outplayed
semangat.
by Team Spirit.
And maybe the issue is that they haven't dealt with the Paquito, so now they're forcing a ban on it. If they
Juara
could kind of
4.5
force a
juta
ban
ringgit
towards the
auto kaya.
EXP side
Yeah.
of things and put Bomba, but then they brought out the
Ya
Sora
tu,
last pick,
kalau
and that was a
dua-dua mau
ban. You
satu
can't really
pukul satu.
ban Sora and
PS
Paquito. You're
gugur
opening
semua
so
kak.
much
Iya,
stuff up.
gugur semua
This
PS.
is going to be
PH.
tough. What do you guys think in chat as well? I
Iko
know we have some
nak-
online
nak
coaches.
step
I
up
won't say
lagi gameplay
backseat
tu.
coaches because this is no
lah, Kid Bomba pun tadi
But let
kacau
me just
gila
say,
tu.
if there is an idea, what do you think they should
Abang
do?
baru masuk
The
terus
conversation will
tenang nak.
continue along Reddit and all the comment sections.
Waalaikumsalam.
However,
Siapa
we
dua,
want to
bang?
let you know
Team
that there
Spirit
are
dua,
other
guys.
games going on, although maybe not as hype as this. This has been the place to be for sure. must-see competition is
PH
what
gugur,
MSC
MY
has
gugur.
thanks to
Ni,
LaFell. Let's
Indo
check
pun bang
over to
gugur ni.
stage 4's Alliance Vault and have Milos
Indo
give
pun
us an
dia
update on what's
ambang-ambang
going on with
gugur ni, bang.
Street Fighter, who's in France this week.
Pula adakah server C ada saingan kat belahan dunia luar sebab C susah nak juara? Baru ini kali pertama bang C susah mau juara. Ada lagi itu Yangon pun C juga. Yangon kan C. Udah ada satu perwakilan daripada C.
Skor berapa? 2-0 dah.
All my friends, a quick check-in from the Alliance Vault here, Street Fighter 6. I got my homeboy over here, Mr. Rob Television. My friend, I've been hearing stories about what's been happening here on stage because Xiaohai's out and Blaz is out, the two finalists from last year.
Brother, you know that was amazing. We hosted it last year. It was a legendary grand finals. Both of them not only out, they went 0-2. They did not win a single match here. That's how insane the level of competition here is. But this one is shaping up to be a classic.
Right now, we are in the top 16. We're in the playoff space,
and everyone who makes it out here is going to make it to the finals day. We're in the next on the second group right now, and so far the results have been unpredictable, bro.
Who's been looking good so far?
Oh,
is Punk still
goodness.
in?
Okay.
Did he sit down?
Punk. Oh, did he sit down this time and make sure he was locked in? Well, he did make sure he sat down, but unfortunately, he had to sit down for good as far as this tournament because even the Alpha himself went 0-2 in this event. But as far as somebody that's looking good, a player to look out for, Cryme from Chile, only 15 years old, and he is representing Team Falcons here. From Chile, that young, and he has already made his way all the way to the top 8, taking out Titans. It's one of the beautiful things about Street Fighter, bro, the generations. You have a 15-year-old playing against a 40-year-old.
That are literally decades in between players in here. It's an OG game, if anything, in terms of competition. Thank you very much, my good friend Rob.
Appreciate you.
First
Man,
Inter kat
it's
Europe,
good to see what's been
first champ
going on all
non-C.
over EWC.
Maybe.
Let's send it back.
Kevin Hart, Chris Tucker. Oh, surprise, surprise, surprise. This MSC, bro. Onyx reverse sweep. Let's go. Tapi kalian mau pulang bencana nih ya. Apa kata kita layan
2018 itu bisa dibilang meta Indonesia itu PH Indo itu hampir-hampir mirip lah ya bisa dibilang. Tapi sekarang ini terlihat banget karena banyak sekali regen-regen yang step up banget, banyak sekali regen-regen baru yang kasih kita kejutan nih di MSC tahun ini. Kalau misalnya menurut Channel Limit sendiri gimana sih?
Setuju, udah mulai ada regen-regen lain.
Just no limit.
Bangkit ya betul ya. Jadi contohnya sekarang yang masuk grand final kan Myanmar ya. Jadi seru banget ya, makin seru karena makin berwarna. Pastinya ini karena prize pool-nya besar sekali.
ID ayat storyline kalau YG
soalnya ya, juara satu itu dapat $1 juta gitu, atau 18 miliar rupiah. Jadi ya makin banyak region-region lainnya makin kuat sih sekarang.
Ngerasa juga sih kayak banyak sekali plot twist tahun ini.
Amalah masa muda tuh.
Oke, cuman kita sedikit membahas soal tim Indonesia, yaitu ada ya tim Onyx dari Just No Limit sendiri. Ada nggak mungkin wejangan atau pesan yang pengen disampaikan buat teman-teman Onyx?
Pastinya semangat selalu, lakukan yang terbaik, dan ya mereka udah pernah juara juga ya Onyx ya 2 kali ya MSC ya. Jadi ya kalian pasti bisa.
Saatnya mencari piala ketiga ya untuk Onyx ya. Oke, last but not least dari Just No Limit ada yang pengen disampaikan kah buat teman-teman yang lagi nonton di Indonesia, semua supporter yang mendukung tim Indonesia dan juga mendukung Just No Limit?
Pastinya dukung terus ya untuk tim Indonesia, apapun hasilnya ya pasti mereka udah lakukan yang terbaik. Jadi kalian selalu dukung selalu karena bisa jadi itu akan mempengaruhi mental mereka juga gitu loh, dukungan kalian itu.
Oke, kalau gitu thank you so much pastinya Just No Limit atas waktunya, dan sepertinya saya akan kembalikan kepada teman-teman yang ada di studio. So take it away.
Ya, aduh.
Thank you Sabila, dan ada Just No Limit di situ.
Legend ya, sang legend.
Ya, sudah dikasih semangat juga. Apa?
Aku juga legend.
Ranknya, betul.
Nah, itu legend beneran, legenda.
Om ngobrol berdua aja yuk.
Bisa lah. Jadi gimana?
Gimana nih Kairi, wajahnya udah mulai serius mode on, Om? Izin serius.
Harus gitu loh, harus banget. Harus banget serius nih. Karena udah
Hirara udah 2 kali loh.
one final step.
Kayaknya
Hirara sudah boleh
Aduh, ini aku tanah nih, lag nih.
Yang lain dulu kah gitu selain daripada Hirara?
Kenapa GF tak ada live Bang Rod macam tutup besar? Okay, GF ni bukan di acknowledge by mana-mana MPL.
Masih first pick tapi
6-1.
Dia satu third party punya tournament, which is not in under Monton punya calendar.
Fanny.
dan
Hirara lagi mau?
Bisa di first pick sih.
Kita adalah satu third party tournament yang mereka invite tim-tim MPL.
Oh tapi atas emang ngerepotin banget.
Kan saya banyak hilang nih bang. Saya dah kosong dah guys.
Iya.
Efek slownya meresahkan.
Oke, tetap Hirara. Sama Atlas lagi.
Pegangan tuh kan.
Waduh dibalas ya balas Atlas.
Sabuk pengaman kita ambil lagi Bude.
Selamat tinggal Honik Heidi.
Karena kita harus bersiap
sabar
di
bang,
game
sabar
ketiga
bang.
nih.
Akan dibanting tapi kita akan
Indonesia.
banting juga.
Kita banting
Valentina masih ada.
Ada Valentina, betul.
Atlas lagi, Atlas lagi, Atlas nih yang paling
Game 3
kacau.
loh guys, bukan game 2.
Ya ini match point.
Serius.
Match point tapi pick-pickannya masih
Sekali
sama
lagi
ya.
Rara.
Tapi Atlas lumayan broken sih ya di patch sekarang.
Harif.
Jawabnya dengan
Harif. Mau Valentina?
atau yang lain?
Atau skip aja Valentinanya mikir yang lain?
Gila Valentina oke banget guys.
Bellerik.
Oh, Bellerik ya.
Menurutku good option tapi masih bisa ditutup dengan Barats. Harus hati-hati tetap dengan Barats.
Oke lah tuh bang. TS versus Yangon, caster tak ada yang bias.
Gak bisa buka apa-apa.
Bener.
Siapa tahu ditelan dilemparnya ke setup
Teman
yang
lain.
bagus.
Nah itu bisa
Itu
ya.
pernah kejadian
Wah, yes,
tuh.
yes.
Ya, Yisun Shin.
Function ya. Dua fighter kah lagi? Ruby bisa enable?
Bisa
buat
banget
gold main?
di arah gold lane. Karena Yisun Shin ini langsung kayak ngebuka banyak hal ya.
Boleh jadi Sora Golden, boleh jadi
Tapi tidak. Iya benar juga sih. Tapi tidak ada Pakuito lagi jadi ya mungkin opsinya kita akan geser dikit ke Ruby.
boleh jadi Sora Golden nih.
Yisun Shin pick ketiga
Link
nih.
senyap terus ke bang. Yuk, link senyap terus tuh.
Ingin mereka lakukan sih sebenarnya.
Iya, enable sih untuk dua fighter lagi ya. Yang berarti hero-hero tabrak akan muncul juga. Ini midnya belum kelihatan kan. Mending main Eudora dulu sekarang. Tutup dulu Eudora.
Note 3-0 Tias bang, sorry. Gak apa-apa guys, it's just
Brutal juga ya.
agaknya final nanti dark horse versus dark horse ke bang lo.
Udah pasti kayak kena
Can say that.
Kalau dorang ban maksudnya
Ada frigid bread.
Dua sama nih, enjoy nikmatin, santai.
Double kan jatuhnya. Dan itu lumayan impactful loh di menit awal.
Oke, tadi ada Barat, ada Atlas.
Masa Oni ini kita boleh nampak Keyboy tak main.
Resek banget.
Sangat ya. Karena follow up-nya ada. Dan ini pun masih ada follow up-nya loh. Ini ada turtle ship nanti buat dilempar. Kalau sampai ada kena di transfer. Tapi minimal gak ada lightning ball. Hilangin dulu lightning ball-nya, hilangin Eudoranya.
Belum Om, ini belum kelihatan nih masalahnya banningnya ya. Karena ya sekarang cukup banyak nih opsi-opsi yang juga
Betul-betul
harus
first time
mereka
dalam
dapatkan.
sejarah daripada M1,
Masih banyak juga.
Esmeralda,
MSC
khawatir
yang
Esmeralda
mula-mula.
gold lane kah? Makanya mereka langsung mengeliminate.
Bisa.
First
Ya,
MSC kan
karena
apa? I do not
Udah
sleep
ada
kan?
Barat juga Alice di
Region
eliminasi.
Thailand.
Tapi ya
Rebel
Valentina
Thailand.
pun kalau misalnya menurutku di sebelah kanan masih masuk juga. Jadi mereka punya Bellerik. Tambah-tambah lagi.
Sejalan.
Oke. Kalau dari gameplay Onyx nih, game kedua
Ya,
kita
dua
sekarang.
tim yang keluarkan tim Malaysia ni lah, dua-dua nih.
Ngelawan Hero ini gimana sih ngelawannya?
Onyx keluarkan SRG,
Karena tim Spirit. Karena
Tim Spirit keluarkan
pengen
Wamos.
nabrak. Ini harus dipatahin combo Atlasnya dulu.
Iya.
Kenapa
Dan
tadi
midnya
yang
siapa
pakai Yahya
yang
Busa?
bakal pakai? Dan midnya yang bagus yang bisa instant burst. Itu tadi. Eudora.
Ben.
Mungkin tak sesuai kot.
Eudora kan ini kunci utama.
Itu loh.
Link hilang
Valentina
sebab sekarang meta
masalahnya.
early game.
Jadi
Siapa yang
ada
pegang
tiga
early
MSC
selalu
ya.
menang. Betul-betul.
Ada di
Link hero scaling. Itu
Iya,
jawapan yang
Lilia
bagus
mungkin
juga.
kalau
Thank you
jadi
Iqmal
audience,
Syafi'i.
Selain karena dia save, tapi ini juga akan langsung memberikan efek slow, merusak momentumnya juga. Dia bisa jadi pancingan. Jadi kayak udah kasih aja umpan Lilia, abis itu langsung black shoes belakang.
Ya, ada Lilia dan
Bellerik Rom ya Om.
Belleriknya, kita asumsi Belleriknya Rom
Kita
ya.
asumsi Rom dulu gak sih?
Iya, karena kalau Belleriknya
Satu di EX.
Iya, geser digeser Bude kan. Mereka ganti dengan Chow.
kalau mau
Semoga walir.
sebenarnya kalau mau main berani ya, Bellerik oke lah kalau memang mereka mau tahu di EXP ada badan. Gordon.
God, let's go. God sprint gak?
Hadirnya Go.
Kasih tahu Sans, God sprint.
Hylos.
Wah, ini
Meta double kolam.
Wow.
Gordnya akan bermain dengan siapa ya?
Warrior tarik sabuk pengaman teman-teman.
Iya.
Badai akan kencang.
Ini mengandalkan Beleric banget berarti untuk efek sisinya.
Iya, karena jujur Gord ini
Wah,
akan
saya
bisa
senang jodoh
ditangkap
cari
antara
God nih.
Barat atau Atlas nanti.
Dia kapal
Jadi lumayan
tangkap
sulit untuk
settle.
positioning dari Gord.
Kalau aku
jangan deket-deket aja, menjauh aja. Tapi kalau menjauh nggak ada clean.
Oke, menarik ya karena mereka ngebuka clean juga berarti otomatis sebenarnya dari tim Speed bukan nggak bisa kalah nih. Cuman early-nya mereka pun sebenarnya agak goyang karena damage mereka nggak terlalu maksimal gitu loh. Untuk goalnya nggak bisa join nanti tim fight.
Tapi emang efek sisi power mereka sih sangat besar ya.
Lagi-lagi ya, lagi-lagi yang dibawakan.
Jadi Onyx?
Iya, kita Onyx.
Iya, apa yang akan Onyx lakukan nih? Onyx lakukan dengan lane.
Berlindung di belakang Hylos dan juga Beleriknya, biarin Gordnya nanti yang ngedeal damage.
Iya, itu bakal jadi harapan utama.
Baik kali ya,
Harus
God.
menjaga dari Gordnya dengan pasti. Dan karena ini Beleric XP, kita harus lebih bersabar juga.
Sabar, namun nggak sabar pastinya untuk game ketiga. Game 4 game kemarin, let's go, Papulung dan juga Lim.
Ya memang susah sikit. Tapi kalau kau tengok kan, satu benda lagi yang kau nampak, macam ada weakness sedikit dekat draft belakangan ni.
Onyx akan mencuri 1 poin dulu nih Lim.
Kalau kau tengok, untuk Atlas combo dia.
Siap gue lembur, sok.
Combo dia Valentina guys.
Ketinggalan.
So dia kena combo ketika
Onyx ada di ujung tanduk. Yap. Sans terjebak untuk
ketika clean ada ataupun YSS ada.
Gua pas draft tadi sempat bingung nih spell apa ya. Kira XP-nya high loss ya. Gue pikir XP Beleric lagi. Ternyata Belericnya ada di roamer. Oke. Sempat bingung spellnya Sans tadi karena kalau misalkan dia purify selamat dari Atlas, kalau dia flicker selamat dari yang lain. Dan akhirnya flicker yang dipilih.
Salah flicker. Itu dia salah flicker tuh. Salah flicker. Tu makan dia. Dia salah flicker. Dapat 2 ke? Dapat 2 ke? Cantik. Good start. Good start.
Double kill di awal.
Good start.
Awal yang baik. Bahkan masih mau lebih lihat Keyboy yang gak kasih Zauregus farming dengan free. Awal yang bagus banget.
Bisa remontada. Harapnya gitulah bang.
Versus Isansin. Harusnya bisa ditabrak-tabrak terus. Bawahnya. Bahkan sekarang.
Boom.
Ada point kill ketiga.
3. Kairi. Mengamuk Kairi.
Yang jelas sekali terlihat. Dia skip patternnya. Dia nggak takut kehilangan creep. Dia nggak takut terlambat level 4. Tapi pressure yang dikasih 3 poin kill. Keluar dari patternnya. Ini udah mode survival udah aktif nih. Tapi ini awas nih, ditrapin nih Zauregois bareng sama Sao. Oke. Bisa kakai aman. Oh dia tahu. Nah itu dia tahu. Game sense-nya. Dia berasa juga kayak oke, ini bakal ada yang nge-trap di sini. Yap. Langsung ke arah turtle kah? Yap, langsung aja ke arah dari turtle dengan level 4 yang udah dimiliki oleh Kairi. Keyboy standby, Kid Bomba mendekat. Sawo sudah terlihat, sementara sekarang Sans mulai terjepit. Tapi ada pergerakan dari Death, terus welcome dari Benelan. Shadow tercipta walaupun Sans.
Kau tengok Sawo tu. Gila.
Sawo recall tadi tepat berada di sebelahnya.
Recall lagi. Kelra sampai. Terus.
Satu Secret Mission dan juga Chronodes. Itu dia. Team fight. Ditabrak bahkan sampai Hikonya dipepet. Didiamkan di turret. Tapi hati-hati Lutfi. Oke. Hati-hati Lutfi. Capek banget jadi Lutfi tadi injek, tertembak, terjepit semua lah pokoknya.
Tumbuk.
Karena memang pilihannya tadi agak sulit ya. Mau kemana udah agak bingung. Setidaknya ada space lagi untuk Kelra.
Kau tengok Sawo tu.
Yang bagus banget dari Sans, dari posisi yang aman juga untuk langsung nge-burst ke arah Kid Bomba down. Tapi memang untuk Turtle nggak bisa ya, nggak ada retribution. Kairinya tadi tumbang duluan. Hadirnya Kelra cukup mengagetkan, tapi menjadi angin segar pastinya ya. Untuk
fight. Alah.
Tempur lagi terus. Kelraja join.
Tu makan dia. Kena.
Hiko hampir saja bisa berubahkan karena dari Kelra, tapi Kelraja masih berhasil selamat. Sans body block siap dia lakukan. Sementara sekarang Kairi langsung saja join. Hiko berhasil selamat. Zauregois.
Tim Spirit dah menang gol balik.
Pukul mundur. Ya. Flicker dari Hiko udah dibuka. Ini informasi yang bagus banget pastinya untuk Onyx. Walaupun memang Purify dari Haritnya juga udah kepakai. Mau nggak mau Keyboy yang bakal jadi target utama. masuknya tadi Zaman Force dari Kelra menjadi penutupan yang bagus. Hampir tumbang loh. Damage-nya tadi masuk semua dari Hiko. Dan gak ada Purify, berarti sinyal untuk Sawo.
Aku tak nampak Zara dia panik, Kak. Dia masih lagi confident. Tengok cara dia orang keluar masuk pun tahu.
Untuk Kelra
masih lagi confident.
harus bisa menjaga bagaimana posisi yang dia milikin, sementara dia tertutup.
Dia tak main takut-takut.
Wah, ini dipotong duluan sama Kid Bomba ya. Bakal tinggal-tinggal terus nih lebihnya. Tapi kayaknya memang ya udah lepasin aja dulu wave-nya, setup juga bareng sama Kid Bomba. Level 8. Unggul lumayan jauh nih Kid Bombanya.
Yap. Sans.
Oh, dipaksa retrik kayak ini.
Coba kan join. Kamu sekarang batik tidak bisa membatik siapa
bye-bye Sawo.
Sawo tidak akan bisa bertahan. Sementara Kid Bomba tadi hadir, ada flicker yang sudah langsung dikeluarkan dan sekarang ada Glorious Pathway.
Satu lagi, boom.
Terus-terusan dilakukan. Oke, Zaman Force pula. Maka Run of Dryad pun dikeluarkan di situ.
Turtle dibayar 2 poin kill. Angka yang lumayan bagus. Tapi jangan terlalu tenang karena memang ada 2 asuransi nih. Adanya Isansin, dia ada jungle, strong lane juga di gold lane-nya. Temponya harus terus dinaikin sama Onyx. Kairi langsung cari space farming lagi.
Oke. Ini dia.
Kalau dapat gold lane di bawah, Kairi dapat space di atas. Lutfi-nya udah harus ngalah sih. Oh no.
Yap. Sementara sekarang Sunset Lover boleh mendekat. Hei, ada World Dryad dan Kairi tertangkap.
Wah, Sunset Lover improve banget sih. Dia tahan loh tadi skillnya. Sampai bener-bener 2 untargetable-nya dari Hirara dilepas. Detona? Waduh. Nggak nyampe. Oke, dikejar lagi perfect match. Pataling.
Yap, udah Pataling korek karena 2 player dan menjadi sebuah malapetaka.
Tumbang lagi Sans-nya. Gak ada spell. Habis tadi. Sementara Kelra di bagian bawah. Gak ada Detona sih harusnya.
Yap, Zaman Force. Kelra sendirian berjuang. Bikin beberapa player yang ada di area depan.
Purify.
Ada Purify udah digunakan dengan Detona's Welcome tadi dikeluarkan oleh Kid Bomba.
Oke, informasi lagi yang didapatkan oleh tim Spirit. Tapi tengahnya dibongkar. Zaure Gois unggul 2 level.
Aduh. Oke,
masih dapat ya. Kairi masih dapat. Oke. Reset lagi. Sekarang hampir 2000 gold. Dan team fight yang dihasilkan dari Fataling yang connect karena 2 target. Sans dimakan. Sans instant kill. Gak nafas sama sekali. Oke, ini temponya harus coba.
Tapi masalah sekarang temponya udah dinetralin lagi sama tim Spirit nih.
Mereka perlu main di tempo seperti ini loh, karena dia bawa farming kan. Ada Zaure Egois, Yisansin.
Iya, jadi temponya Onyx tadi udah dipatahin, udah nggak bisa lagi, udah sulit lagi.
So, ngeliat dari Kelra yang lumayan free juga di awal, oke nih, 2-0 skornya.
Oke, akankah Onyx bisa meningkatkan lagi tempo permainan seperti di early game tadi, awal banget.
Vision terbuka. Oke, Turtle ya. Free dikasih ya. Tim Spirit perfect Turtle dengan Yisansin. Ini masalah serius untuk Onyx.
Di sana terdengar ya.
Wah, masalah pilihan nggak salah.
Ya. Enggak. Ini Zaur egois maksudnya Zaur. Bukan ya. Split push kah bakal menjadi kunci nih dari teman-teman Onyx.
Yap.
Tapi split push berarti siapa? Hirara ya?
Tapi barat dah.
Mau tidak mau?
Hirara dulu dikasih space farming.
Yap.
Perbedaan 3.600 naik terus. Sekarang menuju ke 4.000 gold.
Oke, Kairi. Mundur, Sawo terlihat.
Oke. Diaramid kah? Flicker ready ya Sawo tadi ya? Ada Fataling ya pasti. Flickernya masih kita tunggu. Tapi Detona's Welcome Lutfi dimakan.
Oke, langsung dibakar, langsung ditelan, langsung dikeroyok Lutfi.
Sans.
Gila.
Karena misil expert tadi Sansnya kedorong dan flickernya kebuang.
Fight juga tak ada. Malam ni sunyi guys.
Kembali terancam, kembali tersudut.
Wow, 4.000
Gila.
gold di menit 8.
Waduh.
Ada suatu malam
Ini
yang
cukup bahaya loh. Tiket Grand Final Team Spirit di depan mata. Satu kemenangan lagi mereka menuju ke Grand Final. Yang sudah ditunggu oleh Yangon Galacticos. Poldron udah jadi juga. Justice Poldron untuk Sawo. Gak gampang untuk di-burst lagi.
Ini malam ayo Rangers. Ini malam kita.
Sangat baik untuk Onyx. Ternyata bisa di-neutralisir lagi loh. Sama Team Spirit sampai sekarang poin killnya masih lebih gede Onyx.
Yep.
Tapi goldnya beda. penguasaan mapnya Team Spirit sih. Yang ini gila banget, mereka tetap pegang bawahnya walaupun mereka ada di atas. Dari segi item, 30% cooldown untuk Zaur Egois. Hunter Strike Endless Battle sepatunya juga cooldown. Hiraranya menuju ke sama juga War X nih. War X 30% cooldown berarti. Tapi belum jadi.
Nampak lah pergaduhan macam mana. Bukan
space-nya ada nggak ya?
Sudah mulai tertunduk seperti Sonic ada di sana.
Oke, Lord.
Kenyataan seperti apakah yang akan kita lihat sesaat lagi?
Lordnya berkontes kah?
Freeload Doli.
Gak ada info.
Gak dapat ruang sama sekali. Kid Bomba coba lihat. Kid Bomba ngejagain. Sekarang Sawo bisa kembalikan keadaan. Sawo siap untuk bisa mengejar. Tapi untungnya dia balik arah.
Ya, dia nyari info lagi ya. Di mana nih player-player dari Onyx. Sampai saat ini. Gold masih dipegang Team Spirit. Masih menunggu nih dengan late game insurance-nya. Tapi kalau kita bahas soal high ground, ada dari Suns nih. Gold yang harusnya clear wave ini lumayan cepet ya. Dan zaman force dari Kalra ini diharapkan juga bisa ngebalikin keadaan.
Sejarah baru nih.
Holy Crystal, Kalra sudah sampai di power spike-nya. Trillion push kah? Atasnya dipotong, tengahnya dibiarin. Oke, Trillion push. Seperti bakal akan kita lihat Lord dari arah mid. Vision udah kebuka.
Endgame network jangan, Endgame network. Media jangan masuk. Media pun jangan cuba jadi batu api.
Mampu kah Onyx bertahan?
Betul, Kelra.
Ya, netizen.
Volley defense hilang semuanya. Kelra siapa katakan damage ya. Sebentar sekarang Sawo. Siapa akan menjadi korban bantingan yang dia punya. Tapi masih numpang lewat saja Lim.
Bawahnya udah di clear. Sekarang tugasnya tinggal di atas dan next wave. Dari arah mid lane juga yang harus dipertimbangkan lagi. Sawo masih punya flicker dan masih punya fataling.
Yap. Barter. Sudut semua pemain-pemain dimiliki oleh Onyx.
Vision terbuka.
Kiboy dan Lutfi bisa saja langsung dibanting oleh Sawo loh, tapi
defensif.
Barusan ada flicker tadi yang sudah dilakukan oleh Sawo.
Ya, defensif flicker dan masih bisa bertahan lagi Onyx. Gempuran Lord pertama yang bisa dinetralisir. Raptor vision lagi Kairi. Dapetin orange-nya.
Mungkin bukan burung, mungkin lancar.
Reset lagi ya. Kita harus tahan lagi dulu temponya. 7.400 gold. Angka yang masih berbahaya di menit segini. Tapi late game insurance masih ada di Kalra sih. Kairi juga kan dengan Assassin Hirara harusnya masih bisa tampil. Sawonya mau dimakan.
Sebentar langsung disembur begitu saja. Bisakah mereka mendapatkan satu poin kill? Tapi ternyata untuk sekarang ada satu korban tadi udah langsung ditelan. Tapi mereka masih melakukan siap pertempuran di dalam satu area begitu sempit lebih jadul. Fatali adalah baik. Fatali terlihat. Sawonya masih bertahan. Ada pergerakan dari Kairi. Berhasil mendapatkan satu poin kill dan 3 player lainnya mereka berusaha untuk bisa mundur dari masing-masing tim.
Pertukaran yang Lutfi ditukar Sawo. Masih ada asa, masih ada harapan dari Onyx. Goldnya turun 7.000 sekarang memang. Tapi damage dari Kalra yang mulai masuk tadi. Zaur Egois hampir tumbang loh. Onyx bisa nge-damage ini. Tinggal dicari space-nya. Lord selanjutnya ada di bawah. Kontes kah? 12 detik lagi.
Sulit sih kontes.
Di bagian atas nggak terlalu buruk sih dari minion managementnya. Masih lumayan jauh. Ini sekitar 2-3 wave lagi masih bisa dikontrol. Kalau memang mau kontes, mereka cari info dulu nih karena Zaur Egois cepet banget loh. Oh no, Kelra!
Aduh, Kelra! Ada Purify! Tertrigger! Akan terjadi sebuah team fight. Kelra zaman force sudah dikeluarkan pula sementara Sawo tadi udah mulai berada Kiboy! Dimakan Kiboy di pas. Kiboy selamat!
Preload.
Masih bisa mundur sekarang. Tapi sepertinya mereka harus kasih Lordnya. Harus direlakan. Kelra di bagian depan lagi. Lord didapatkan oleh Team Spirit.
Aduh, Lord diambil oleh Team Spirit. Mau tidak mau Onyx harus bertahan kembali. Serangan seperti apa yang akan dilakukan oleh Team Spirit?
Oh no, ini nggak ada Purify. Detonas welcome. Ready untuk memakan Kelra. Fataling ready untuk makan Kelra. Masalah, oke, gak ada flicker memang dari Kid Bomba, tapi ada untuk Sawo. 40 detik lagi, mereka harus buying time dulu nih. Sebisa mungkin sampai
apakah ini penamat?
Ready kembali.
Apakah ini penamat, guys?
Semakin terang lampu untuk tim Spirit.
Apakah ini penamat, guys?
Mereka bisa menuju ke babak Grand Final. Mereka giring Lord dari arah mid lane dan Lordnya akan masuk lewat tengah.
Apakah ini penamat, guys?
Kejadian sesaat lagi kita lihat bersama-sama karena Kiboy yang menjadi orang terdepan bakal lebihnya mencoba untuk bisa menggiring Lordnya itu menuju ke area bawah. Sawat yang pertama kali terelakkan dibanti dengan Fatalik saat itu bisa menjemput di bagian belakang tapi dapat kembali didapatkan oleh Clean.
Habis. Clean sweep 3-0, bro.
Lordnya pun masih stay dari dalam saja pun lanjut.
Wipe out tuh.
Spirit goes to Grand Final. Selesai.
Serius?
Selesai sudah. Clean sweep 3-0. Gak dikasih nafas sama sekali. Onyx gagal menuju ke Grand Final. Dan berarti pertama kalinya kita lihat di Grand Final tanpa ada Filipina, tanpa ada Indonesia, dan tanpa ada Malaysia. Grand Final Yangon versus Team Spirit. Wow, dua regional baru lagi, Lim. Dua region yang ada di Grand Final dari awal.
GG. No MY, no ID, no PH.
Oke, ini pukulannya keras banget loh. Pukulan keras untuk region
I think
terdepan.
I think
dari Indo lagi.
I think
Region EEC,
kita serumpun. I think
kalau mereka bisa tampil. Mereka mengejar dan mau tidak mau
I think we same lah, bro. I think we same lah, bro. Ya, I think we same lah, bro.
Ya harus diterima, bro. Sekarang kita belajar.
Gantuk kan. I think we same lah, bro.
Gue gak nyangka 3-0 sih. Ya, 3-0. Makanya gue bilang ini pukulannya keras banget.
Well.
Iya, yang keras banget. Tadi bukan dipukul, dibanting, disudutin, But, terima kasih. Oke, buat semua teman-teman yang udah dukung. Ya, Bigoton by Vitality yang udah jadi Vitality di...
Ya, media tak bayar.
Betul lah,
sudah berjuang
sampai juga lah, Bang. Sekarang dah tak ada region dominate. Tak ada tu.
Oke, berarti langsung saja interview.
Janganlah serang-serang. Aduh, korang ni pun. Kayak serang. It's okay.
Jangan, tenang.
Boys, that was an amazing series. And you know, there's no better duo to
For the first time in the history of MLBB. Jom tidak awak, jom.
These two have played and represented the EECA region since M1. 7 years later, you guys have finally done it. You guys are bringing EECA to the Grand Finals. How are you feeling about it, Sao?
I'm so happy, but we still not did it, so everything tomorrow will be.
The job is not done. What about you, Sunset Lover? How are you feeling about heading into the Grand Finals tomorrow, a first in your region, history being rewritten?
Of course I'm happy because we're doing a lot of work and finally we show that we worked a lot, and tomorrow
Prime Sunset tanpa cap,
and we need to win.
Yes, there's definitely a big job tomorrow, but like what Sunset has mentioned, they've been through a lot, roller coasters, up and downs in a span of 7 years. I want to ask you guys, what kept you guys going? What was the main motivation to keep
teman-teman Indonesia harap bersabar ya, akan ada serangan datang nanti. Ya.
We don't care, we just want to be champions.
Indo final.
Passion is what kept them going. And
Onyx
boys, I am
3 piala
super
MSC.
happy for you guys. Now of course,
Jadi ini udah di komen-komen sini semua.
the grand finals
Kan?
tomorrow
Jadi
is
sabar ya,
history being
sabar.
written. But not just for you guys, but for the whole
Di
ecosystem
Malaysia
of
ada
MLBB,
pepatah Melayu
where
mengatakan
tomorrow you
kerana
guys will be
mulut
going up,
badan binasa.
against
Sekarang
Young
ini bukan
Galacticus.
kerana mulut
Sunset
badan
Lover,
binasa.
What does this tell us about the ecosystem
Kerana
of
jari.
MLBB? Does it mean we're actually finally starting to see new faces, new regions come out? Are you guys starting to become stronger?
Now sudah waktunya untuk MY Indo PH bersatu.
PH Indo, PH Malaysia, you know, there is a new grand final, a new story. So let's see what will happen.
Definitely new story. You know what? Tomorrow
Jadi
is
sekarang kalian jangan bergaduh-gaduh. Bersatu. Bila kalian bersatu, baru kita kembali ke pentas antarabangsa. Baru kita akan berada di final balik.
Just as easy as today's match.
I don't know what they will do.
3 region gaduh, region lain slowly naik. Betul.
Nothing special for us. We just might win them.
Oh, the confidence coming out from these EECA boys on stage. I love it. They are truly showing what the new grand finalists are made of. And of course, Sunset Lover, a message for all of the fans. Look at the love, look at the support that they have here in the arena in Paris, and of course back at home.
Tak ada. Aku rasa macam sokong spirit gua besok. Aku spirit. All in spirit lah. Aku spirit lah besok. Aku tak nak Southeast Asia. Bagilah satu kali. Luar Southeast Asia.
And of course, Team Spirit, come on over, because it is time to
Tak nak. Nak team spirit. Jadi korang tahulah apa akan jadi kalau aku sokong spirit. Menyampar dengan Kid Bomba je. Tak ada lah. Dia okey lah.
Kid Bomba is at it. Let's go, Kid Bomba.
Oh, kena pecahkan juga key
Ladies and gentlemen, this signifies that Onyx is officially out.
Pemandangan yang tentunya tidak ingin kita saksikan. Kunci dari tim Onyx
pecahkan juga. Saya ingatkan besok yang akan dipecahkan.
Serta harapan untuk perwakilan MPL Indonesia berada di grand final pun pupus di sini. Hancur berkeping-keping seperti hati kita semua.
Satu langkah sebenarnya di depan mata mereka.
Kalau champion kan, dia akan pilih yang mana? Pilih 3 kunci yang mana?
Pendukung seluruh.
Aku rasa dia akan pilih Onyx, TLPH dengan SRG.
Mereka menghalangi jalan kita dengan hal yang emang luar biasa dari tim Spirit. Kejutan yang cukup banyak, tim fight yang solid juga diberikan oleh tim Spirit.
Ya, dan tim Spirit menjadi satu-satunya tim sebenarnya di knockout stage yang belum kalah game.
Bergaduh tu
6-0.
Bersih ya.
Solution dia guys selain end kan live.
Mereka comeback stronger setelah sempat tertatih-tatih dari group stage mereka. Namun
yalah, mereka bantai Wamos 3-0, mereka bantai Onyx 3-0.
Janganlah.
Lebih kuat lagi.
Jangan tolong.
Pukulan yang cukup keras juga sih untuk kita semua ya, terutama
YG
untuk
juara
Onyx juga karena
apa orang besok kita lihat aja.
Perebutan juara 3.
Indo versus Indo. Ya di airport guys, di airport di bandara nanti Indo versus Indo.
Ada klub point juga di sana ya.
Stream sebelah dah mulai stream. Ada apa stream sebelah?
Cuman sayang banget. One step lagi loh ke grand final.
Janganlah serang, aduh.
Terulang. Which is ini menurutku sebuah tamparan yang keras untuk region kita.
Iya.
Karena kita kalah dengan region
Final siapa? Tim Spirit.
Ini mereka
Yangon.
tandingnya ke Southeast Asia.
Ini masih cukup kayak mimpi sih kalau buat aku ya.
Guys, yang belum follow dulu guys. Aku tahu korang semua tengah happy sekarang. Yang belum follow dulu.
Ya, boleh tak yang mana yang masih ada dalam live saya ni, boleh tak bantu saya follow YT, boleh subscribe.
Esok kita all in YG guys.
Kelar juga sih ya.
Esok TS. Let's go TS. All in TS. Siapa nak bersama dengan saya? Jom TS. Saya nak tim luar daripada C menang.
Melawan Onyx,
Ben Uranus.
Bahkan dengan kejutan yang maksudnya udah diupayakan gitu. First game kita taruh Baler XP. Last game kita taruh High
Terima kasih atas kutukannya Bang Lot.
Tapi ternyata semua tuh masih bisa dijawab sama
Karma.
Sekuat itu.
Tak, aku marah kepada yang mana yang biasa masuk dalam live aku okey. Tapi waktu aku tengah hari tengah makan, kan 500 orang tu datang serang live aku tengah makan lepas Jumaat tadi.
Ini kita harus belajar banyak
kan?
juga sih.
Habis dah hilang I think semua hilang dah ni.
Ya, Team Spirit mereka benar-benar di grup
Mana
stage,
kalian
mereka
semua?
turun ke lower bracket, diturunkan oleh Famos, lalu
Manusia
mereka
baiknya
membalaskan
ramai
dendam
yang
ke Famos
baik
dan
ada
bersih.
lagi.
Dan sekarang Onyx pun mereka pulangkan juga.
Ya, melihat dari catatan statistik juga ya. Purple buff hilang terus nih buat Onyx. Dan yang kedua itu lihat Turtle dan juga Lordnya dipegang penuh ya oleh Team Spirit meskipun memang tadi
rebut seat tingkap guys. Kalau juara Team Spirit ini seru. Kalau Myanmar dari M1 memang sudah masuk 4 besar. Iya. M2
Ini berat banget ya.
Grand Final lalu menghilang karena ada konflik. Sekarang comeback lagi Myanmar.
Jadi terlalu banyak
Santai balok aman di sini. Iya.
Mengganggu semua setup yang ingin dibuat dan kontes-kontes yang diharapkan dari Onyx juga dengan tim fight besar.
Ya, besok kita neutral lah guys. Saya besok itu neutral. Kita nggak sokong siapa-siapa. Cuma di final aku rooting for
jadi sebuah masalah ya. Sebenarnya ada satu
Team Spirit.
semuanya.
Apa?
Diggy's back. Dan ini sebenarnya adalah salah satu hero yang memang biasanya dibawa oleh Region.
Janganlah bawa buruk.
Tadi sampai dia orang tanya doh, aku masak nasi biryani daging, ada telur rebus. Sampai dia tanya ini telur apa, telur bamos ke, telur SRG ke, sekali nak.
Ya, tapi mengulang lagi juga udah nggak bisa.
Aku nak kalau balas balik, ini kau aku balas doh, tapi aku macam tu simpan.
Problematikanya kan nggak cuma Atlas doang.
Aku simpan.
Barat sadar.
Ada Sunset Lover pakai Valentine dan
Sebaik
nyolongin
produk
Belerik.
sekarang ni kan sponsor untuk MPL M1 dengan ID.
Sisi yang dimiliki oleh Team Spirit sehingga kayak Onyx ngedot satu, ada yang kedua, yang kedua hilang, ada yang ketiga. Problemnya.
Iya, cukup berbeda dengan apa yang mereka bawain di hari sebelumnya ya. Karena di hari sebelumnya mereka sangat menjawab meriak. Ketika ada satu hero, mereka
Macam
jawab
sedap
dengan hero yang
je,
emang
Ali.
counter. Tapi hari ini kayak
Kalau pun dapat duit yang hujat dapat apa coba faham. Iya, benar tu.
Game ketiga juga.
Menu masak esok gulai kuning landak. Wih, tadi aku nasi biryani nasi tu nasi kuning doh. Ini mesti Sonic marah doh dengan aku. Nasi tu nasi kuning.
Untuk disaksikan, terlalu berat untuk diterima juga.
Okey. Besok aku cuba cari something untuk nak masak.
Berbagai region
Kasih idea sikit guys, idea.
Bukan hanya mengejar Indonesia, bahkan Filipina juga. Udah mengejar Malaysia.
Bagi idea apa-apa besok nak masak apa. Tengah hari saya live.
Southeast Asia doang nih yang bisa
Masak,
ke grand final.
makan, and live, masuk office, mabar. Pukul 5, nobar. Mana maunya landak kau agak-agak lah aku makan landak.
Betul-betul cabang hati.
Pula dah meramal rupanya. Iya, aku masak nasi kuning tengah hari tadi.
Fakta, tapi
Favorite
bagaimana
ayam masak merah bang. Macam
momen-momen yang terjadi.
aku pun macam dalam sehari dua macam nak masak ayam masak merah.
Bersama dengan para caster yang bertugas.
Okey.
Inilah dia.
Nasi tomato ayam masak merah.
Tak payahlah.
Nasi tomato kan dia warna kuning juga kan? Nasi tomato ayam masak merah. Gas. Tapi Spirit main solid doh.
Tersisa Sans dan Keyboy yang baru spawn Lordnya di
Tak solid doh Team Spirit. Dia orang makan apa ni doh? Tak nampak macam region daripada luar ni. Siut betul.
Dirubuhkan 1-0 Team Spirit unggul.
Why they are so solid bro?
Ada wave yang akan masuk lewat mid. Akan seperti apa lagi tekanan dibangun oleh pemain dari Team Spirit. Terdorong dengan Holy Defense.
Hilang Sans.
Hilang egois. Saja hilang. Kitpop masuk.
Kau tengok dia punya Harley macam mana tu. Tengok dia orang kiting macam mana. Keluar masuk. Gila. Nampak tak macam mana dia orang keluar masuk. Bukan seorang yang ambil damage. Hilang. Atas pun hilang nah. Boom, bomb. Datang Sans pun hilang. Zans. Gone.
Malam Rangers sekalian. Hari yang indah untuk kita. Hiruplah udara-udara yang segar. Pagi esok berjuang Rangers. Dengar dulu.
Gila.
Makin terang asa untuk mereka bisa menuju ke babak grand final. Mereka giring Lord dari arah mid lane dan Lordnya akan masuk lewat tengah. Akan seperti apa lagi kejadian sesaat lagi kita lihat bersama-sama.
Jangan digelak dengan
Kalau mencoba untuk bisa
Guys, gelak dia lagi jahat daripada aku, guys.
Terelakkan dipasi dengan Fatalik. Satu bersama tim sampai siap pun di bagian belakang, tapi dapat berhasil dilakukan pula oleh Clean. Sour down. Selesai. Lebih berbagi hilang. Loncat pun pasti stand dan dalam saja pun loncat terwipe out dan tim Spirit. Yes.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye katanya tu. Bye-bye katanya tu. Besok final jam 8 Malaysia. Jam 5 tempat ketiga, tempat keempat. Masalahnya 3-0
terjadi ya. Kelihatan banget di sini juga dari ICM mereka akhirnya nih sampai grand final, bahkan support system dari Kid Bomba.
Ya, Onyx setara Wamos bang.
Jadi mental support yang kayaknya ngeboost banget gak sih?
Lol, sama macam Wamos. Ya, Onyx setara Wamos.
Dari kemarin benar-benar semangat banget.
SRG setara TLPH. Sama-sama pulang.
Keren. Supporting
Benar
Onyx
sih.
sampai hari ini.
Ya.
Mereka akan bertanding besok.
Masih ada.
Hiko Hoki You.
Juara ketiga karena Bang KB kalau
Macam mana nih bang? Aduh, kalah di.
Posisi 3.
Juara 3. Karena besok akan menang, Bude.
Yeay. Dan memang ini kekalahan yang harus kita semua terima. Indonesia sudah terhenti di sini, perwakilan MPL Indonesia.
Bang, nombor 3, nombor 4 nggak ada apa-apa bang. Janji bukan juara. Yang orang tahu juara. Kalian kalau pergi bilang aku nomor 3.
Oke, semuanya sekarang
habis itu apa?
Bersama
bukan juara. Yang penting mau juara sekarang. Malaysia tak juara, Filipina tak juara, Indonesia tak juara. Dan nomor lain kami tak mau.
Dan Kiboy, kalau misalnya
kami mau juara satu aja. Nomor lain nggak mau.
Apa sih yang terjadi kalau misalnya dari sisi Kiboy dan juga
jadi Malay, Indo, PH setara kan?
Ya nggak ada sih, emang kalah aja karena kuat lah Turki. Ya, Spirit.
Oke, dan kalau misalnya dari Kiboy sendiri melihat nantinya di Grand Final tanpa adanya tim dari Indonesia, Malaysia dan juga PH, apakah ini end of powerhouse era? Menurut Kiboy gimana?
Ya mungkin bisa terjadi sih.
Karena memang tim-tim lain udah pada step up semua juga ya. Oke, memang
Bisa
kalau misalnya
terjadi
kita ngebahas di match yang tadi, alasannya cuma satu. Karena dari tim Spiritnya memang lagi kuat aja gitu ya Kiboy.
Spaghetti,
nah,
yes. Sebab tim Spirit menang.
Masih ada match lagi.
Good
pastinya
idea,
kalian
Spaghetti.
bisa bounce back lagi. Semoga teman-teman yang lain juga bisa balik lagi moodnya. Tapi Kiboy, mungkin ada yang pengen disampaikan buat teman-teman Sonic dan juga pendukungnya ada di Indonesia.
Ya buat Sonic yang pertama terima kasih udah dukung kita dan juga sorry banget karena hasilnya
kami mau pialanya aja, tidak mau nomor 2, 3. Iya benar.
Tetap akan berjuang.
Tetap akan berjuang di hari esok. Sekali lagi Kiboy, terima kasih banyak.
Nanti lah malam nih aku ambil.
Kita akan melihat match Onyx lagi di third place match. So sambil akan langsung saja kembalikan ke teman-teman
Oke lah guys,
ada di
saya
studio.
rasa cukup lah dah pukul 11.40.
Harus
I think
menyaksikan
it's time, it's over already.
It's
over.
Ini ya, auranya tadi sebelum
So kita pulang ya, pulang. Ya warga YT. Terima kasih banyak. Yang mana yang belum subscribe, tekan button subscribe. Selamat malam, assalamualaikum. See you tomorrow.
Region MPL region lain.